good? How do we sound, Jordan? Everybody sounds
great.
good?
We sound great.
Perfect.
Keep it up. Stay close to the mic. Y'all gonna make me shine, my nigga.
All right, perfect, perfect. All right, my man Jordan, and then you feeling good?
Yes, sir.
David?
Feeling good.
All right, Vlad?
Feeling great.
Girl.
Feeling amazing.
Okay. Here, this is how we start the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. What the is the deal, everybody? You already know what it is. It's Ramon Reyes, co-founder and creator of Happy Monkey. You already know we got Vlad. You know, Jordan and David is always in the building. But today, this is another chance for us, ladies and gentlemen, which I love to introduce real legacy to legal. Not only real legacy to legal, like legacy from our hood. You know what I'm saying? So it's always prideful to see somebody who comes from our same background, Dominican, and real example of making it in the city. You know what I'm saying? Like, because again, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere, right? But this is like when we talk about, you know, legacy and like uptown, right? It's a little bit different than what we would talk about it if you're talking about it from the West Coast style, right? So this is like, for me, this is real dope because not only is real legacy, real legal too. Not only real legal in our neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
Harlem, USA. That's
Harlem,
where I'm from.
USA. That's a big fucking deal. You know what I'm saying? So to be the first to open a legal dispensary anywhere near our hood is a fucking privilege. And to be one of our own, it shit even feels
in
better.
the Mecca of Harlem, in the heart of 125th by the Apollo. That's some historic shit.
That's some historic shit, man. Some historic shit. So today, you know, we want to introduce legacy to legal, you know, proud husband, proud dad, you know what I mean? Because I stopped to, you know, I got the little one too when I seen you the other day. You're a proud
Dominican.
You're proud Dominican from uptown. Proud so happy to introduce, ladies and gentlemen, the humble hustler, Jeffrey Lopez, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Happy Monkey, for the invite. You know, appreciate it. You know, coming from the streets and being legal, like Ramon said.
Yeah, man.
It's something amazing, you know.
Nah,
I appreciate that you guys invited me here, and then y'all going to open exactly in my hood too, you know.
Yeah.
So when you talk about Dyke, you talk about Harlem, I'm it. You understand? Right. I was born in Harlem Hospital, lived in Harlem, live in Dykeman, hustle in Dykeman. You know, I've been all over the city, so it's like to do this with you guys right here, right now, it's just, you know, it's great. It feels great.
Nah, definitely, man. It's an honor to have you here because, you know, I think, you know, especially in this time where we are, it's so important for your peers to give you your flowers, because you just finished telling me before we got on, where like we can't look at ourselves in the mirror, you know what I mean? And right now we're living in history, so we can't see what we're accomplishing. But like Ramon just said, there will be no second legal dispensary in Harlem. It's only one first ever.
Yes. And
that's not hitting to everybody right now because it's happening right now. But when there's 10, 20 in the future, it's going to be like, who was the first? And it's so important, especially people from the same industry, to give each other the flowers now and show the respect now, because it's not easy, and you know what I mean, it's monumental.
No, it's true. Crazy monumental. It's history. Like when you talk about the legal cannabis history in the future, Harlem. Oh shit, Jeffrey Lopez.
Absolutely,
Dominican from uptown, from the streets.
Absolutely,
you know, it's perfect.
That's a big deal, you know. And shout out to your partners. I don't, you know, you're the one that's here, so you know, I don't want to like, you know, not make sure, but it's a big, you know, again, you know, it's somebody like that look like me, literally. You can baldy, bro. You know what I mean? So to me, it's like no matter how much we've been around and been fighting and been doing our thing, to me, and it's like I told Jeremy, to me, you make it real. You know what I'm saying? Because we could go ahead. Yeah, we all been fighting and we've been going through it with the license. We got the properties. We've done everything. But you're actually operating. That's not a maybe. That's not like, yo, I hope. Like, no, these gentlemen are actually operating. And it's like, oh shit, the shit is real, right?
You did it.
You know? Yeah, so it's like, it's real for me and it's real for Vlad. And these are things that are now tangible. Like, oh shit.
And you give us inspiration and hope, because, you know, somebody that aligns with our value that looks like us is doing it, then it makes it more hopeful and possible that we're going to be able to do it.
Absolutely.
You know, soon, one day.
All right, so before we kept getting deep, and I know we could get as deep as the fucking ocean blue. Let Vlad give us some updates, yes, shit like that. And
thank you all for sending in those messages, those drops. Keep on hitting the hotline. Thank you for sending in that art for us to have and to memorialize. We appreciate it, and use that code 20% to get 20% off. Listen off the merch.
Maybe not. No, not no more. I think we not. I think
that's it. Yeah,
I think it's this next cycle. I think it's the next cycle.
Next cycle. Yep. And then look out for us coming soon to Dykeman, coming soon to Brooklyn. Stay tuned. We're coming soon to a theater near you.
Absolutely, man. So all right. So before we get into deep history, your present, and what the future would be, I want to get into like a little bit of your history, and not the street history yet, but more like young Jeff. Like what was your first time getting high? Like what was like the first experience, right? Because everybody starts off with a little bit.
How does the love story start?
Well, it started with my best friend, rest in peace, D, right? We planned this 16th birthday. I gotta get high. But back then, remember at 16, I think I was 92. It was haraca all over the place. So whoever doesn't know who Araca is
regular
weed, that Reggie weed with the season.
Nickelback shit.
So we planned it. We go down to Down Post, in Dykeman, and we buy our first Nick bag. Go off to the rooftop. But mind you, at that time, the crack era was still around. So we upstairs in the rooftop smoking our joint. But then we got somebody, Shorty. I remember we call her Shorty. She's like, yo, what the hell y'all doing here? This is my spot. I want to smoke my shit. We like, now we want to smoke our shit. And we just getting high while she's getting high, doing her thing. And it was just, at the end of the day, I was like, yo, how the hell are we high? I was smoking weed, or we high, or what the hell, whatever
right,
she was
smoking. Right.
So that was my first experience smoking weed at 16.
In Downpost in 92. That's crazy, because at that point, there weren't
Post indictment.
Right. There weren't many weed spots. Yeah.
Like the Jamaicans was opening little smoke shops, deli. That's what they had. It was either the
juice
corner
bars
guy
and all that type of shit.
That's what the Jamaicans was doing up in Dykeman. They originally did that all over the Harlem.
Absolutely.
But to see that happening in Dykeman, like, yo, we got smoke shops now.
What was it? Was it a Philly? Was it a joint?
No, back then we was Phillies.
Dutch?
Back
Phillies.
then, Phillies. The Philly era. I still know people to this day, they don't give up on their Philly. No matter what, they don't give up on their Philly.
I haven't gave out on my Dutch yet, man. I'm still waiting for my Dutch sponsor. You know what I'm saying? So.
Vanilla.
I'm on my vanilla Dutch shit.
That's that uptown stuff.
Dutch master shit. Yeah, man. One leaf. I've been doing that forever, man. I've been doing that for years.
Even with the Phillies, like, nah, you ain't taking the other paper. You gotta take the other paper. One paper. You gotta taste the weed.
That was uptown shit. That made you a little fancy because everybody else around the boroughs were doing the double leaf thing. You know what I mean?
Of
so it
course,
was kind of like
that one paper shit was the fly shit. So it seems like you've had quite a journey. So let's start at the beginning, Jeff. Where was it at that you first grew up, and tell us, like, how was it coming up uptown, if that's where you started uptown, and where was it, what area?
Well, when I was 16, like, when you were a single parent, especially a mother, she always needs help with the bills. So I always, I need help. So I was living in Harlem one time, and I was seeing how the Jamaican, right there, 141st and 7th Avenue. First place I bought my first ounce there, $50 an ounce, I remember. And I bought an ounce from the Jamaican. Calladito, yo, you can't tell my parents, please do not.
Jamaicans had it on lock back then.
Yeah, don't tell my parents. He was like, yo, what you gonna do with this? You gonna smoke it? I said, I'm gonna smoke some, but I wanna sell it. I wanna help my mom pay some bills. So me and my boy, rest in peace, D, we went to the rooftop. You know how you got the roof landing? No scales, no nothing. We just bagging up an ounce. Bagged up 31 bags. Like, yo, 31, we did the math. Coño, it's $155. You know what now? Make it $150. We smoking that one. So, and that's how I started. But then, young, 16, you don't got the mentality. We wasn't really street. We still living on the moms. We deaded that. So in 97, some boys of mine, being rest in peace, they started off the hay spot in the block, an Academy and Post. Because, we had Post with Dykeman, but then we had Academy and Post. And
so you moved up there, or you still living in Harlem?
No, right now I'm living in PA.
No. Back then, I'm talking about when you saying that you started
I was commuting
in Harlem?
from Harlem, and because we stood with the apartment in Academy. Academy Post, we stood with the apartment, so I was going back and forth. So in the weekdays, I was obligated to stay in Harlem because school. You're still living under mom's roof. So every weekend or anytime I have free time, right up to Dykeman.
That's a crazy transition every day from Dykeman. Back then, from Dykeman to Harlem is like two different worlds.
No, two different worlds. Remember, because I'm in Harlem with Jamaicans, with Africans, with African Americans.
Everybody.
And then I'm going uptown, strictly Spanish people, few blacks, but it was crazy, going back and forth.
Living in two worlds.
Yeah. So I was seeing how they was hustling in Harlem, and I was like, Coño, they doing it in Dykeman, but they're not really doing it the way they do it down here. So I was copying.
Mm-hmm.
I was picking up the flow from the kids in Harlem and the mans in Harlem, like, that's what they doing, all right. And then seeing it uptown, seeing it, but not really living it. And so, I was 16, did that first bag, that first ounce. We actually made it to 2 ounces. And then we had to dead it, like, I can't really be outside. My mom's, me neither. I got to come from Harlem to be here. And then we deaded that. And then in 97, I was like, 19? My boy started a spot in the block. And like, you want to work?
You said Academy and Post?
Yeah, Academy and Post. So then we was like, we want to work. So I started off from being a pitcher.
People don't know what a pitcher is. You got to tell people what the pitcher is. Come on, you got to let them know.
A pitcher is basically you're the one exchanging the money with the weed,
with the pack hand to hand.
Hand to hand. You're the butt tender.
You're the butt tender.
That's what I was about to say. That's what I was waiting for.
You're the butt tender.
You're the butt tender. Don't you understand? So then when you become the lookout is the person who's looking out for the customers, who's looking out for the cops.
Yes.
So like you're moving up in ranks. Oh, I'm a lookout now. Don't you understand? You're a lookout. Then they'll be like, you're a manager. Who's the manager? The manager is whoever's going to go, the runner.
Yeah.
When
he go get the pack, he counts the money, what the pitcher takes care of.
Yeah, then come back, bring back the bundle, start pitching. You know what I'm saying? So when you're moving up in ranks, you'll be like, yeah. So it's like in the legal industry now. What are bartenders going to do? They master all the education about all the cannabis or the hash or the concentrate. What's next? In the streets, what you have next? You want to be the boss now. So how you become the boss?
You got to go venture, baby. That's it. You got to go do your own.
Exactly. So, then you learn, like, all right, you sell ounces, you got to stash. You make a couple of dollars selling a pound, you got to stash. And then when you get a chance, you become a boss by what? By buying work. And people didn't understand that. Like, people don't understand, like, so be the boss, you don't got to get rid of him. Save your money, invest your money. Now you're a boss.
Bet on yourself.
Exactly. So, what I was fortunate was that I was so loyal and honest that everybody wanted to work with me. So it was like I was always a soldier, but I was always a boss at the same time. Because I wouldn't mind, like, Vlad will come up to me like, Jeff, you want to make a couple of dollars? You're like, we could go down to Florida. And you got a couple of dollars, or you know what, Jeff? I can do what you do in the streets. I'm gonna go to Florida. I'm gonna invest. I'm gonna give you the work. So that's how you was able to move up in ranks in the streets. But to me now it's easier because to me anybody could get $5,000, $6,000.
Yeah, and you go cop. Yeah,
and you freelance.
It was harder to cop back then.
Because you not only didn't have to have the money, but you had to be trustworthy enough and know who had it because everybody didn't have it and everybody wouldn't sell it to you.
Yeah, you weren't going on Instagram.
And then
especially in 97, 98.
And remember back then, even if you try, if you had somebody that's already claiming the block, nah, you ain't doing nothing here.
Oh, yeah, it's over.
You're not doing nothing.
It's all about that real estate game back then. If you had to own real estate to be able to hustle.
Yes. Right now, I see a lot of people, they freelancing. Like, you see 10 people on top of each other just trying to hustle you. And you be like, man, I got to hold up. Back in the days, like, nah,
I'm
spot, regulating
that's
this.
It. Yeah, one spot. One spot for the whole radius, for the whole block radius. One spot. That's it.
So during this era when you are, starting your cannabis entrepreneurship, doing your thing, how is your family looking at the whole cannabis thing? Because Dominican, I know that shit is like está fumando droga.
No. I got the funniest story. I'm pitching on the block. I'm proud of myself. I'm a pitcher. I'm making $500 a week. My mother's checking me out from across the street because where I'm working at is where I grew up. I was raised at. So nobody's calling the cops because son los muchachos del block. It's the kids from the block. Nobody's calling the cops. So I see my mother. I'm like, man, my mother's checking me out all day over there. And we clock out at 2 in the morning because at 2 in the morning we clock out. Back in the days I was like, 2 o'clock in the morning, clock out to the clubs.
Yep.
Like, my mother's checking me out. 1:55, I think it was in the morning. What you doing here? I said, nah, I'm just hanging out. No, what do you think? I don't see you all day exchanging. I don't know what the hell you exchanging. Started beating me up. Bang, bang. Like left, right. She became Mike Tyson. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm saying, like, in front of everybody. ¿Tú entiendes? My boy at the time, Q, yo, he was just there laughing. Ya tú sabes. The joke of the block for years to this day still. Hey, you remember when Chef Mom came out here and she just beat him up? That's your mom. You can't get swing back. All you could do is block yourself. To this day, I still, like it was crazy. My mother wasn't having it. And like to this day, she'd be like, damn, if I ever knew all these years you didn't let me sleep for like 20-something years, because mom do. You're on the street.
Yeah.
It's like if I would have known, I would have never bothered you. Because look at you now, you go own a dispensary legally.
Pero que imagínate what the stigma there was.
It was crazy.
People like, especially Dominicans, looked at shit like that shit was like you was smoking and selling crack.
I'm like, yo, mom.
That's the way it was looked at back then.
It's true. I'm like, yo, mom, but this is the future. She's like, no, it's not. I'm like, yo, esto es el futuro. She's like, no, tú lo que tú eres un criminal. I can't believe it. I give you better morals. And you're like, ¿entiendes? So it's crazy. Y'all both got it, though.
Entonces, Joseo, you never had a run-in with the biggest gang in New York?
Oh, all the time. All the time. I went through the system 26 times, I think it was. And then I never did real time, but 3 days here, 2 days there, 1 day there.
That bullpen therapy?
I went through all that. Yeah.
Like, damn, man, I got 70-something hours almost. Like, I'm about to be, they're going to dismiss my case. Nope. Go upstairs. Like, yo, but just leave me down here. 2 more hours. All I need is 2 more hours.
You out of there.
Damn, now you got to go upstairs. I said, damn.
Yeah.
It was tough. Because remember, back then, you'll have like 300 people in the bookings just for weed. Yo, what you got called with? Yo, I had a dime. I had a Dutch. I'm like, what you mean you got a Dutch? I got a Dutch. How many people I saw got arrested just because of having the Dutch and then taken to the precinct, not knowing, because we didn't know much. Yo, bajate los pantalones, strip down right now, right here. What you mean? I want to find that weed you got. But I told you I got no weed. Nah, strip down. But we didn't know the law. We didn't know better.
Yeah, they were just doing whatever they wanted.
You go back to the block, like, yo, what they made you do? They took you to the cell. Yeah, they made me strip. You don't know. You're not supposed to do that. I said, what you mean? You're not supposed to get stripped? Nah. You're going through the bookings. You don't get stripped.
What you're going to do? They got you all the way in the corner cell somewhere, and there's 3 6-foot dogs looking at you like, yo, fam,
they did it so much they made it normal. Like everybody thought it was normal.
It was normal to me. I thought it was normal. I seen the first 10 people before me. Like, okay, you gotta go in there, bajate los pantalones, cough. Nothing came out. All right, go get out of here. Go back.
They was locking everybody up for weed at an alarming rate. Like it was a joke.
It was crazy.
I remember the time when they used to post up like there was a picture and the manager. Yeah. Go in the building.
To rack everybody up.
20 people. All right, fill the band up. Yo, come back again. But by them doing that, it was actually trying to destroy the blocks, trying to destroy the business. Because you go to a block and you're like, damn, they just saw you to go to the building and you see 20 people lined up in handcuffs like that. I ain't never going back over there. Pero when you had the good weed, people were still coming back. They'll complain like, I ain't coming back, but they were still coming back. Still getting arrested, but still come back.
What's the craziest thing you saw in that era when it came to like a crazy flow or anything, like, so give people a vision of what kind of action was happening back then up there, as far as like
seeing you bring 100 pounds, seeing you bring another 100 pounds, see me bringing 100 pounds, like, yo, how the hell are we gonna get rid of this piece? And they were moving,
type of shit.
Like it was moving.
At what price? Because that's another thing. I wasn't the same price right now. What was the prices back then?
Well, from 92 to 97, we're talking about the $6,000 for a pound. But then again,
easy.
You as
maybe more
easy. You being nice.
But then you being the owner of the block, you back in for a dime when people was complaining. The dime was only 3 to 4 lines, not even a half a grand. $12,000 backed up. You was buying the piece at $6,000 because if you're like, yo, if I sell a pea, I'm generating.
I was paying even more than that sometimes.
Yeah, even 7, 8. I got to pay $7,200.
Yeah, bro. That's what we saying.
What about those droughts?
I miss those droughts. Well, and you know what's crazy?
But people don't know what a drought is because that don't happen no more. Tell them what happens in a drought in the summer.
And the drought is like there's no weed to be found. I'm going to Ramon's block because let me buy you a bundles. What you mean? Like I need to stay open.
Right.
I cannot be a day closed. Like, how many bundles would you sell me? Like, I can only sell you tanto bundles because then I'm gonna be closed.
I'm gonna be closed.
So and then trying to get peace at 700-800. That's when you already know. Yeah. I'm buying pizza 700. Them dimes is 3 lines. I don't want to see a dime back half a gram because no way you're gonna
3 lines of a gram.
3 lines.
0.3 of a gram.
0.3.
It's crazy.
Easy though.
Easy.
Easy.
And then if the weed was fluffy, $14,000 a pound. It was retail. So people wanted to, you know, you was able to really survive. Like between
people
Dykeman
was
and
running through those pounds at those numbers in dimes and 20s.
Yes.
Running at a rapid rate.
Dimes and 20s. Lines around the corner.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
No internet. How did people know this, right? Because that's the whole thing. How did people know, right? Because it was crazy. Like we spoke about this before. I include me in this. We chase, and as a consumer, we chase whatever block had the fire. It don't matter what it was. That shit kind of like took you to whatever. And I'm from 156, 157. So, and we always had the fire there since like 96, 97. But I still chased whatever else. Yeah, because somebody else got a different batch or a better batch, the fresh batch, something. You know what I mean? Now that I know a little bit more, but you just chased whoever got the fire, fam.
It was.
That's what it was.
So basically, if you was able to get work in September, August.
By the way, you haven't mentioned this is only one straight of weed this whole time.
Haze.
Just haze.
That's it.
That was only haze. And then back then, Post had the pellets too. The blue bags. Don't they end it? So people, I could imagine, like going back to what you said, people from Connecticut, from different states. I want the blue bag. I want the haze. I want the purple haze. Don't they end it? So it's like you said, like no internet, no really
nothing. They heard and just came.
And people was making millions of dollars on blocks.
Millions of dollars?
And on blocks.
In dimes and 20s.
In dimes and 20s only. And then they came when ounces really came out was when everybody was like.
Because at the beginning they wasn't selling no ounces.
No, hell no. Because that's how you locked the game. It was strictly dimes and 20s. So when the game got crazy was when you found out about Miami. You found out about Miami. I found out about Miami. Now you got 100. I got 100. You got 100. Yo, ¿qué vamos a hacer con toda esta hierba? What are we gonna do with all these weed? Yo, let's sell ounces. What price? $450, $500, $600 an ounce.
Crazy.
So I remember going to 145th, right in 7th Ave to some Jamaicans. Back in the days, the Jamaicans, they didn't care. They'll take 10, 20 people in one apartment and serve everybody half an ounce, a pound, whatever.
For sure.
I remember I'm in the line in 98. I'm in the line waiting to buy a half a pound or a pound at the time. I don't remember right, but I remember it was half a pound or a pound because we still had nicks on the block, for the haraka. Because it faded, but it wasn't fading too fast.
No,
like
it was still needed. There was that $5 customer was still there.
People were still smoking. Even to this day, I see people smoking nicks now, but I see people smoking nicks of whatever decent weed there is. But exotic, but decent weed. But back then, you still was able to sell haraka. Still have haze and have haraka on your block.
Oh, as always.
So I remember I'm in the line, and I'm like, damn, there's a whole bunch of customers. I'm like, yo, I got cool with the Jamaicans. Like, you don't mind if I tell people I got ounces? I was like, what? I haze? You know I got haze. He's like, go ahead. I said, yo, everybody, I got ounces of haze for $500. Everybody looked at me like, yo, you crazy or something? I'm buying a pound for $500 right here. I'm like, yo, I'm talking, I got haze. And then showing them like, yo, look. We had, my block, we had triangle bags, right?
Triangle bags.
So we had the triangle bag. I'm like, look. And it's like, yo, I look crazy. But you crazy? I'm paying $500 for no half an ounce or an ounce. But, then you go uptown, people was paying for it.
Easy.
And then I'm talking about we getting rid of in ounces, 3 pounds a day, even 5 pounds a day, just strictly ounces. Mind you, the block is still doing its number, doing a pound a day in dimes and 20. So they were like back then. That's what I understand. When I look at the government, to me it gets a little bit complicated. Coming from the illegal market to seeing what's going on now with the legal market. I was like, damn, but they taking away all this food from people that was actually for years, 20 years, 30 years. I know people that sell weed for 40 years. Old man, they're older than me, still selling. So it's kind of, they took that away from the public. Like, yo, y'all was surviving so long, now, nah, we taking it back. So it's like, to me, I'm still like, all right, I'm legal.
It's the gift, isn't the gift and the curse.
Yeah, so it's like, I'm legal. It's like, but then I see it. I see myself still. When I see people on the streets, I be like, damn, that was me. Like, damn, that's just being taken away from them. So then at the same time, it's like, damn, I'm benefit from it now, but it got complicated for a moment.
What we all must understand, and I have conversations with that all the time, is that it's not us. It's just the evolution of the game.
It is.
The game
True.
has changed. And if you on top of your game, you help the change, or you're a part of the change, you make some sort of path for the change, you don't stay the same.
No, you're right.
But if you want to stay the same, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? Bars, Jordan, or no?
No.
Come on, Jordan. Bars.
No, you're right.
Just
but
saying.
See, it got complicated for me at the beginning, the first few months. Because coming from the illegal market, you'd be like, damn, man, like my own people's getting hurt because I'm going legal now. But then at the same time,
I was gonna go legal with or without you, though.
Of course. So then when I bump into people like you guys and be like, yo, Jeff, don't think about it like that. At the end of the day, you opening doors.
You're an inspiration
you already
to
have.
everybody.
That's what I'm saying. You already did it. You already doing it. You're living in it right now. You know what I'm saying? So you don't see it, but you already open the doors and you open them pathways and you're doing this thing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, these stories that we getting into, the back in the day story, this is what fuels it, brother. You know what I'm saying? So now this is the evolution of all that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I remember smoking.
And now everybody that's out there sending a nickel, a dime, a 20 that feels like, you know, if they see somebody do it on Times Square, they see somebody do it on Wall Street that doesn't align with them, they're like, I can never do that. But they see Jeff do it, they're like, yo, I know Jeff really sold ounces, hustle, sold pounds, so I could do it.
Yes.
So it's better for you to be able to create that inspiration and kick down those doors and those glass ceilings, because they're not going to have to get arrested like you did 26 times. They're not going to have to, you know, think that it's not possible because they never seen nobody do it first. So
No, so I'm glad with it. Like I said, I'm glad when I bump into people like you guys that they be like, yo, Jeff, you got to look at the bigger picture. You're enclosing yourself by like, yo,
Nah, man.
You going legit. You're not snitching on nobody. You understand?
Yeah.
Like, you're doing something that you actually wanted the youth to see. You, even grown men like myself and ourselves. Be like, yo, pero ven acá, why I'm doing this still when I could just probably be doing that right there?
Yeah, so me more, bro. And that's what it is.
So it took me a time at the beginning to like balance it out and not feel like, yo, damn, I came from this. Well, why I'm a
you know what's something important for this conversation that I heard you say several times during your story? I heard you say, rest in peace. Rest in peace. You can't let all those people that passed away went to jail because of this plan. Now that it's legal and this evolution is happening, like Ramon said, that be in vain if somebody that wasn't part of it, like you, to get left out of it, to make sure that all that shit that happened to these people was not for no reason. It was so people like you and others can be able to be part of this legal thing and be able to not go through what people had to go through back in the days.
No, it's true. I appreciate that. It's true. But like I said, that's what I need. I need to surround myself with people. Be like, yo, Jeff, no, you're doing the right thing. You're opening doors,
brother.
But like I said, it took me a few months to like balance it out and understand it, because, like I said, being one of the first,
you got survivor's remorse. That's what they call it. Survivor's remorse.
So then when I snap out of it, I said, you know what? I'm gonna still be in the shadow, because that's what it is. When you come from the street, you try to think you still got to be in the shadow, and then you open yourself out. You be like, yo, hold up, no, let me introduce everybody. Look, I'm the first, dispensary owner in Harlem. Shout out to all my partners también. So
shout out to the partners, baby.
Yeah. So so it's like, I'm glad I'm doing it. And then it's gonna come time, you're gonna see yourself. You're gonna like, yo, I gotta know all these softwares. I gotta know all this before I gotta burn paperwork. Now I gotta make sure I got paperwork. So it's like, you see what I'm saying? It's like I had to balance myself, because it was still a little bit confusing. Still not knowing if the feds is gonna come. Like, should I get open up? Like, then should I go to Happy Monkey and do that? And,
it's a lot.
You're like, should I be able to? All right, you know what? I'm not gonna mention names. So
and that's it.
Like when because you still don't know, because back then they still probably looking for people like, yo, for selling weed, for something that they want to connect to another crime, and you'd be like, oh, you hold up, man.
Right.
Yeah. Should I be out there really speaking?
You know why? Because I think it's important in that where that comes from, right? Because me and Ramon talk about that other day, and that's part of this evolution. Yeah, what you said is correct, but the other part is, the bad part of the way it was that there's people doing life in jail for weed. There's people that done tons a year, people that got killed, people that got deported. And that's where that paranoia comes from. With this evolution, people are not going to have to go through that no more.
No, you're right. It's true. It's true.
Yeah, this is a whole different feel, man.
So tell me, Jeff, what was it that you started seeing? You talked about the Haraka, the Regs era, then the dominance of the Hayes era for a while. What came after Hayes, and what era was that when you started seeing it go from not just Hayes anymore?
2010, sour like took over.
What you mean took over?
Like when I mean took over, everybody wanted to smoke sour. Gas, I want gas.
Like a tsunami?
Like don't you will open a jar and the whole club like
the hell?
Who the hell got that? Like you wanted to meet that person. Like yo, where you found that at? What block you getting that from? And then just one little eighth, pop. Not even an eighth. Even a dime of that real sour from back in the days. 2018 it changed and it kind of like it took over the Haze. But then you had that little stigma. Nah, that's what old school people. Nah, I can't even smoke that in my house. I still want that Haze. So then you had that battle between the Haze and the sour. Who's gonna be king in New York now? So like Haze was always needed, but the sour kind of took over. That's when you saw. Yeah, that's when you saw like this new generation, they're gonna be smoking some other shit. Haze is the Haze. And still is reigning to this day. Pero not like
it was dominant back then. It still rocks right now, but it was dominant and it was like the end all be all.
Now you gotta still give Haze props because let's say from 92, 93, 95, when the Haze like really blew up. Nobody wanted to smoke nothing but Haze.
Yeah, Haze.
15 years, like you just said.
Even a little bit longer. Still to this day.
No, I'm just saying, the dominance where there's nothing else.
Yeah,
we had to have. And then people don't understand, like, yo, you got Haze, but I got the better Haze. Like mine smells. Mine looks better.
The Haze, no matter where it's at, brother. Even if I got the spot on the block, they got the spot. They selling weed all the time. I chase whoever got the better bag.
What was the numbers for sour when you first started hearing about it in 2010?
I ain't gonna lie, 8,000. 9,000.
Talk about it.
Wow. And then
talk about
it. How big was that pound though?
It was super fluffy, neon green, stinky. Like Blas said, you couldn't even open a dime because you was stinking up the whole place.
I remember I paid the first time. It was like 7,500, 7,600, some crazy like that, 7,800, and I was selling 1.5 grams for $50. Because it was like 2009, 2000. No, it was like you said, like at the beginning, like 2007, like at the beginning, like nobody had it yet.
I remember in 2007, I had some plug. They brought me some sour. At the time, I didn't know what sour was. To me, I thought it was like some mango piña looking real nice with a different smell, some Arizona type thing. And he's like, "Oh, this is the new thing." I'm like, "Yo, people don't want that." I took it, Then I had a boy from down here, from here, from the Lower East Side, like, "Yo, Jeff, I need sour. I'll pay 8,000. I said, don't tell me that. I said, don't tell me that, bro, because I just returned a whole bunch of shit that I didn't know what the hell it was.
Oh, man.
It
happens.
$8,000 a pound.
When I was getting that 55.
If you could get it.
I was getting that 55 because, nobody really knew what it was. It smelled nice, but, Haze was king. Nobody was knocking down that crown. Now, 05, 06.
Nobody was trying to experiment with nothing else.
So then I was so mad because then when I asked the player, like, yo, can I get that again? He's like, nah, let's see, you lost your chance. You ain't getting it. Like, I'm like,
you lost your chance.
Yow. Like, I even let go of the people because you told me, no. I went by why you go. I told you, I don't know about the streets. Eres tú. I was tight because I was like, damn, I just missed the opportunity to be king with the sour.
So from 2010 to what do you think like sour had a reign after that? That sour came in and rocked for what?
2017. I can say, why? Because
from like 2010 to 2017.
Because in 2015, that's when other strains started popping up.
Gorilla Grooves.
All that. The Gorilla Groove came a little bit later, like almost 2020, 2018. That's when Gorilla.
It's funny. That's when we started having Munkey. Was 2017,
and so
that was like when shit started. Changing.
So that's when it started changing. I remember I went to Cali in 2015, and I'm seeing all these strains, like a whole different world. Because remember back then it was only Florida.
Yep.
It was going down to Florida. Even when they try to bring the Haze to grow in New York, it wasn't the same. Like Florida had it on lock. the QBs. Shout out to the Cubans. They did it.
Yeah, the Cubans had it on lock.
I ain't gonna lie. The Cubans made Dominicans who they are in the game. To me,
for Hayes,
as
far as Hayes, yes.
Yes, when it came to
my
exotic
experience
weed,
as
they
well.
the ones.
My
Everybody
experience
knows
as well,
that.
my brother. That's the same exact experience we had.
So,
that run you said from like the mid '90s to 2010, 90% of the supply was them Cubans bringing that shit.
They was doing it. So when I go to Cali in 2015 and I'm seeing all these shit, I'm like, yo, but why we don't have this back home? Nobody wanted it. But then the new generation.
New Yorkers is stubborn. People don't want to try nothing like this is what I know, and that's it.
You remember in when you first came home, you know what I'm saying? Like that was that little era when we was like the only ones venturing out. Remember, nobody was venturing to getting West Coast stuff, and it was little like Girl Scout cookie, Gorilla Glues, and stuff like that. But everything else, nobody was kind of venturing with that stuff. And they wasn't getting no OG Cushes over here. We wasn't Granddaddy Perpin over here. It wasn't a lot of that, none of that stuff back then.
New Yorkers are stubborn. They're like Hayes, Sour, and Gorilla.
No, I remember going to Cali and talking to people.
And that's it.
He's like, yo, but why you don't want this? I said, nobody wants that. Well, no, nobody wants that. What? I'm like, yo, all your stuff is great. I like it. I enjoy it.
All the gelatos and stuff. And there was none.
I just want sour. I just want sour. Yo, but why you? I say, yo, when New Yorkers say, that's what goes. New York want to smoke sour. We want to smoke sour. Like, I'm not gonna go and take that when I know it's like, yo, you know, like introducing a whole. So I took the leap one time in 2015. I said, yo, you know what? I bought 30 pounds of the strain cookie to New York. It was everybody, yo, you bugging. I said, yo, it's going to come to a time that you're going to have a menu. Like I was telling you earlier, you're going to have a menu.
Tú
estás loco. I was like, oh, yo estoy loco. I said, I bet. Look now, everywhere you go, you see a menu. And I was the crazy one. ¿Entiendes? So,
you had the vision.
Yeah, so.
Can we, I'll rewind it a little bit. Can we take it back, like, let's say to the blocks, the block están flowing, it's the middle of the summer, shit is rocking. Give me, like one of the most famous people you've bumped into, like, just being on the blocks.
Like, I ain't gonna front.
Niggas that used to come cop, because people don't understand how famous people from all over the world used to have to come uptown to come cop Hayes. So
especially on Dykeman.
So look, being younger, seeing Nori come to Post, because back then Post,
Shout out to Drake Champs.
Drake Champs, B. Those are the.
When you talk about Deacon Nori at his time when he was in his prime, like yo, Nori's on the block, and you like, and you be like, what? Even before that, because that what came in 1998.
That came in 1998.
Capone Noriega, the War Report.
War Report.
When you talk like yo, Nori's coming to the block, and Nas is coming to the block, and you're a young kid, 16, something like, and then you be like, oh shit, they really are on the block. ¿Entiendes? Black Rob, when he was still in his prime.
Black whoa.
¿Entiendes? Like, and then you see that song that he got, I'm up in Diamond, and they started throwing bottles. That actually happened to him on the block. Like, they really chased him. I don't know what he did on the block. They chased him down, throwing bottles at him. And then he rapped about it in one of his songs. ¿Entiendes? So when you see that, you be like, oh shit, like, yo, my hood is popping. Like, yeah, the hold up. And then when you on the block and you serving the LOX, you serving DMX. DMX loved Academy and Post. Because at that time, we were the only one that was
DMX, man.
Yeah, rest in peace to D. Yo, it's crazy because back then, people didn't know this. Like, we was curing the weed. What we mean curing the weed is like we will buy it in Florida, nice and green, but stash it in a closet.
In a black bag. In a dark place.
And then it gets brown. So then we was like, yo, you know what? When it turns brown, we want to tell everybody we got the purple haze. And then so, yo, we got the purple haze, and then you see the shit turning brown. Then you see the flakes, you know, the leaves a little bit purple, buns of purple. Everything. Now we got the purple haze. So the block got known for purple haze. Academy really got known for brown, purple haze.
That Manhattan brown?
That Manhattan brown. Like, people would actually be like, yo, yo, get un bundle. Like, you know, niggas with bread. Like, yo, let me get a bundle. Bundles back then was $600. Remember, it was $500 to $600 a bundle.
A bundle of 30.
You had a mix of dimes and 20s. In the end, you had either maybe 40 bags of dimes and 10 20s.
Okay.
Because you didn't want to have too many 20s outside because, you know, you get rolled up. Back then, you was getting rolled. They used to roll up just for weed. Like, they wouldn't even care what the hell. They just wanted to take you for weed.
Yeah, it was easy. Yeah. That was the easy. That was the easy one.
Cash.
That was easy.
They posted up all day, every day. They don't, you know. Yeah. They just get them. So I remember people like, yo, I want a bundle. So, you know how it goes. Bang, toma un bundle. Bang, get the bundle. Come back. Yo, I told you I don't want this green shit. And smack it back to us like, yo, give me that brown one or I don't want my money back. I'll come back when you got the brown. And people were actually chasing that brown haze. Like, they didn't understand that we wasn't buying it brown. We was getting it and holding it in the closet. Like, yo, let's stretch out whatever we got until this turns brown. My hand brown. So,
crazy. Said
so,
Nas, Nori, DMX, the LOX.
Yeah, I just want to give people a little bit of that nostalgia a little bit because I don't think they see that anymore, right? I don't think, I don't think rappers are kind of like pulling up to people's blocks like that. You know what I mean? And honestly, that's just not a thing no more. People don't soup up their block like they used to, right? Because back then you got spots, niggas was putting up barbecues, you were paying stuff for the block, the ice cream truck coming, you paying for ice cream for all the kids, right? So there's like a whole nostalgia when you get to somebody's block, you kind of, you stop and get weed, you eat something, go get a Dutch, you kind of chill on the block for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I asked, like, because I know it happened in my hood. I know it definitely happened in yours, right?
Definitely.
Because I remember the Rough Riders pulling up crazy. They used to pull up.
When the Rough Rider used to pull up, and then mind you, there was the era too. There was a pickup truck. Like,
the big truck series. Excuse me, big truck era.
Yeah, so it was crazy. So then you had all these pickup trucks coming through to buy weed. Plus you got the Rough Riders with all their motorcycles. Like, yo, what the hell? It's like they used to come and just take over the block. Cop, and then hang out for a little bit and just break out. And then it was crazy.
Yeah, 2001,
it was movies.
2002.
Yeah,
that was the big truck series. That was with Man Funk Flexi. Toda la vaina. Everybody was on the big truck shit, man. Niggas was coming hard.
Yeah, because at one time Dykeman took over. The Heist was doing it, but like everybody wanted to come to Dykeman. And then there came an era that then the Heist guys somehow they figure it out, and then the Heist was popping
quickly,
like 174. I think then the 173rd, 169, all those blocks they started popping. 184, like everybody, like yo, now everybody's going up, everybody going to the Heist.
But Dykeman had a wow, they had it on lock.
No, we had it on lock.
Post 204, Sherman, Academy, Familiar.
No, we had it on lock. But at one time, it just faded to the Heist. It just went to the Heist. Dykeman still had it, but it went.
It was spread out now more.
Spread out more.
Like the guys from the Heist figure it out. Like, yo, wait, how the hell Dykeman got it on lock with the haze?
Well, it's also because there was a mesh of people, right? Like it's like Kev and them, right? Kev was mixed with other blocks, and it was the same with like the Dykeman guys. There was some Dykeman guys that came down to the other blocks too, and they started up and helped other spots and opened up their own shit. And like in my block, right, there was some Dykeman guys. So it was like that's it, like the fusion. That's it. It was on. Like it was too condensed there in Dykeman that niggas was like, fuck it, we're gonna go to other blocks and figure it out because
and from what I hear, like when it first set off with the exotics, right, when it was like right before Hayes Hawaiian, it started off like 174 and Audubon, and then when the Hayes era, it went to Dykeman.
Yes, you're right. It's true. 174 still to this day.
Ruben 174. That's who said
that's
set it
what
off.
Everybody mentions,
And my cousin and them, Wandan, OG, Chuck, those.
Rest in peace, Wando, Chuck, and all those dudes.
Those are my cousins. So so being from Dykeman, they from the Heights is like. And it was a little.
That's
bit
what I'm saying.
It became a movie, like
Lo Primo. So it's just
he's in Dykeman, we in the Heights. So then, like you said, it's true. People from Dykeman started connecting with people from the Heights. Like, yo, you know what? I can help you move some pounds. Yo tengo un bloque.
Yep.
And that's
especially as the volume started going up. Like you said, everybody get 100 pounds. You need more places to get rid of it.
Exactly. So that's how the Heist really like blew up. Like now, now you're not only just buying in Dykeman your pounds. Now, like niggas from Dykeman is helping you go down to Miami. You buy your pounds down there too. But you still gotta buy from me though.
Yeah.
I'll take you and buy. You could buy 50 pounds, but then the rest of the pounds you gotta buy from me in Uptown. You gotta get it from me Uptown. So that's how it kind of blew up. Everybody connecting, like you said. Everybody connecting.
Everybody connects, fam.
So when did you see it go? You said you saw the haze, regs, the haze, the sour, and then the girl. You started. You say you got the Girl Scout cookies. When did you start seeing it go to like 32 flavors and
2017. Yeah, when the Gorilla Glue came in, it kind of like blew up. ¿Tú entiendes? Like, everybody started understanding, like, yo, you know what? There's other weed besides just Gorilla Glue, besides sour, besides haze.
Niggas took trips to Cali already. That's it.
And then Cali people started coming in themselves. Like, ¿tú entiendes? Like explore. Like, they stuck over there with 500 pounds. Like, yo, let's go to New York ourselves. And I met people that, yo, I just bumped into a Cali plug. Like, well, how? Like, I don't know. I was smoking. He's like, yo, I got something you want to try? And we started talking. De repente, they got, I got a storage with like 200 pounds. So, like, what? Like, yeah. And then
fruity shit.
Yeah.
Different shit.
And then people going out there like, yo, you know what price is that? 1,200? What? Yeah, this is outdoor though, but it's 1,200. Dame eso. How much is this? This is 1,600. This
people didn't even know the difference.
No, they
though,
didn't. That's another thing.
Nobody
that
knew
wasn't
outdoor like that.
Over here, they didn't know.
I was selling outdoors for indoors, but nobody was asking back then.
Nobody knew what any of that shit was.
You bringing me some exotic shit, man.
That is a new thing now.
So,
people didn't know any difference.
I remember I was working with some guys there. They got mad because I started educating people. Because I got 200-300 pounds with me, indoor, depths and outdoors. So how can I tell these people how I'm gonna sell this? I can't sell all this to the same price. At one time you was getting away with it, but then you was able to tell the difference, the bud, like the structure of the bud. The outdoor was a little bit longer. You know, the indoors were a little bit chunkier. Damn, and then the smell was a little bit more different. I said, you know what, I'm gonna have to start telling people, yo, look, I got indoors for 6,000. I got this right here, even though it was that, like this is greenhouse, I got it for 5 and change. I got this outdoor for 4 and change. So, like, yo, Jeff, I got, you telling me, but you sell this for me $6,000 before? I said, yeah, that was before. But now look, now I got outdoor, now I greenhouse, now I got indoors. Yeah. Like, there's different prices. And that kind of like changed the game because now you got Cali that you were able to get cheaper with. And remember, you was going to Florida, you buying a pound no less than $4,000. Mind you, and then you got to pay for the trip, $300 a pound. By the time it makes it to Uptown, it was $4,500. Then that's why I was able to sell it at 6,000, 6 and change. But you know, at the beginning it was higher, 6,900, 6,800, 6,600. Like you was probably, oh, 100 pesos menos, $100 less. Hold up, let me get 10 pounds now. Oh yeah, $100 made a lot of difference back then.
Oh,
so then when that came in, that you had to like give different prices. The indoors is one price, you know, greenhouses is one price. Outdoors, even if it was you was telling people like this is like that. Yeah, it was closest to the greenhouse as possible. So you was able to charge an extra $500, $600. So it got crazy. And after that, once that started happening, the haze started going down. So
then it became a race to the bottom.
Yeah, it did.
So when during this journey were you like, you know what I mean, started thinking about doing other things or, you know, getting into the legal thing or whatever? What was the next chapter for Jeff after this whole era? Now there's 32 flavors, the race to the bottom.
So mind you, 97, that's when I said, yo, ya te declarado, I'm going to be a pitcher, I'm going to be a lookout, one day I'm going to be the boss. That was 97. So in 2017, I'm going to Cali. And I bump into an old school, yo, Jeff, look, tengo un dinero, you want to do your thing? You go to Cali, buy the piece, you figure out how many points you're going to make. I just want you to bring me, I'm going to give you the money, I'm going to bring you the P. I get caught up in the airport with the money. I'm like, damn, man. Like, shit, I got 4 kids, I got a wife. I just bought a house not so long ago. So I was like, yo, I got to lay back. Like my
era. You got to lose now.
Yeah, now I'm a little scared because now I'm bumping into DEA. Like, never bump into DEA. Like, it was always like local narcotic cops. So I'm like, damn, I got to change my life around. So then I decided to become a realtor. Moved to PA, became a realtor. So, but still had my foot in and out. Because every time
and dabbling, but you wasn't full time.
Yeah, full time.
You got something else that is your bread and butter. And you don't gotta do everything. You do what you want. Know what you gotta do.
So then I was like, you know, every time I come to the city, I was bumping into yo Jeff, tengo un trabajo. What's up? I said, damn, I'm doing. So, like yo, how many? Like yo, hold up. Yo, how many pounds you think you need right now? Yo, I think I need them. Fine. But not staying full. Like I was like, I used to live. When it came to cannabis, from 97, 24 hours. And I was sleeping 4 hours a day. I was outside in the streets 20 hours a day. So in when that happened in 2017, I started laying back more and more and more. In 2020, in 2018, when they say, yo, hemp is legal, I said, yo, you know what? I think this is my way back into the game, but legal. So I got the hemp CB, I got the hemp license, the retail license. I started going to all these farms. Like, yo, I used to go online like, yo, farm, hemp farm. And I just, just go, even buy him a half a pound if I had to. Like, yo, let me buy you a half a pound. Let me try this out. Go to the hood. Like, yo, traten esto. Here, try this. Yo, you bugging, Jay. Like, yo, this is good. It smells good. It looks good. Like, yo, but this shit was, yo, no estoy arrebatado. Like, yeah, I like it, but no estoy arrebatado. I'm like, damn, shit is not the wave. But still, I was like, fuck it. I used to go down to Lancaster, to PA, to the Amish, because, like, yo, people don't know. Like, the Amish community,
they mad hemp.
Yo, they do. And they sell hell of it. So I'm seeing, I'm like, yo, how the hell are you selling this? I said, I go to a retail store. I'm like, I introduce them, and I just leave them a whole bunch of bottles there. So I try that. I was like, yo, but everybody's coming back. Like, this is not moving. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to stick to it. Every year I will renew the license. So in 2022, I think that's when I got introduced to my partners. And they're like, yo, Jeff, look, we're doing this and we want to focus on Harlem. I was like, yo, I'm from Harlem too. So, we got into a negotiation, hablando, solamente, all talks, no paperwork, no nothing. Just everybody had a vision. My boys like, yo, Jeff, when we get in it, I'm gonna do the pillow for music. Omar wanted to do just growing. I want to just grow.
Shout out to my boy Omar.
Everybody in the group, they had a vision. We had our music vision. We had our grower vision. We had yo lo que quiero vender hierba. That's all I wanted to do. This is my dream in the block, smoking a joint. We talked about being legal. So that going back to that shea area, it's like, it was something I always wanted. But when I had it, it's like, now I'm confused with it. Because I don't know what was going to become of it. So then I'm telling the team, like, yo, since we really got the paperwork, Gotham is, became an entity. Yo, let's get Gotham the retail hemp license. That OCM is gonna see like, yo, they got something going on already with cannabis. They're like, yo, Jeff, you know what? That's a great idea. So we got it. We went to Hempworth. Thank you to the ladies in Hempworth.
Shout out to Hempworth.
Okay. So they gave me my first break. So what I was doing with Diane with the CBD, I was buying CBD from her pounds. And then I was like, yo, you know what? Esto no te arrebata, Ramon, pero you know what? Te la vendo $600 a pound. Ramon was like, word? Ramon will buy from me. So you had a couple of customers that, they were like, yo, Jeff, esto no está para poner en el bloque. This is not for the block. Yeah. But this is for wholesale. I was like, yo, listen, whatever you do after I sell it to you, it's not my problem. I'm giving it to you $600 because at that time, I was buying pounds at $250, $300. I would go to Ramon. Yo, Ramon, toma $600. Make a quick $300-$400. Whatever he did after that,
that's his lifestyle.
So I had a couple of customers like that. But it was light work. But it was me opening the door.
And keeping things going.
And then I'm learning about paperwork, COAs, and all this. So, I'm learning. And everybody like, yo, you bugging. I said, all right, I'm bugging, but I'm in the game, though. And that's how I actually ended up being in the legal industry. By actually going through hemp first.
Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody say peace to the live and everybody else.
Thank you for Happy Monkey. Got them buzz.
There you go.
So now you got that going. So what was the process like when it's actually time to try to go for adult use and go through that process?
So the application itself is crazy. Because at the end of the day, we didn't know what the true party of interest was. Oh, that's anybody that, like, my wife had to fill out paperwork too. Like, yo.
Oh, yeah, because you're legally married, yeah.
So it's like, what the hell? So, like, we didn't have to go through this before. Yo, I got a couple of $1,000. I bought a P, open shop, vamos, a la brava. Yeah, the tough is going to survive. Yeah. But dealing with paperwork is one thing. Like, what the hell? Like, now you got to get a compliance lawyer. You make sure that you compliance. Just the process itself is like, it's weird. And then coming from my background, it was super weird because we didn't have no paperwork. Paperwork was cash. Like, háblame de dinero. Háblame, well, you got a block right here. That was our paperwork. I got a block and I got money.
There you go.
If I didn't have money, I got a block and I'm a serious man. Dame trabajo.
There you go.
And then that's what I was used to. So Dean seen that I got to apply for this, apply for that. You got to show proof that you really was ownership. Because remember, we took the funds, so we got to show that one of us in the team. That's one thing. I always had little businesses, mobile car washes, I always
little small businesses.
Always had something legit because I wanted a car, I wanted a house. So how the hell I'm gonna show the government I got something? So I always used to open a small little hand-to-hand business, something light, but that was generating some type of money, so I could be legit, being in the shadow at the same time. So then, luckily, that saved me. That I opened a hand car wash here and there, so I was able to show, look, I had business before and it operated successfully. So then, showing proof, you're like, like I said, you never had to show proof for nothing, right. Cash, and you had a block. So that was weird. So then my business partners, they had to do the same thing. Oh, look, you married. Your husband got to do it because even though Gotham Bud is mostly male, but we do got one female. So
I got to meet her. Shout out to her. What's her name?
Malika.
Shout out Malika.
Malika. She's the first basically female.
Absolutely.
In Harlem. ¿Tú entiendes? So, we got brown, we got black, we got women. Like Gotham got a little bit of everything. ¿Tú entiendes? So she was married. I was married. So her husband, my wife. Omar, Greg, they were good because they, legally they weren't married. So it was easier for them to just not having to give extra information. And then since my business was back in 2005, 2008, 2010, I had to make sure that I had all that paperwork to show proof that I was actually successful in those legal
receipts.
Yeah, they want to see those receipts.
So going through that, so you guys, I don't know if you already went through that phase. so you kind of get it. So you understand? So. And then being compliance, getting the location. Are we going to go for the funds? If we don't go for the funds, how are we going to get the capital? Like, got to involve more people. All that was always in the talks between the team. And each week, each week we have a meeting. So all this was talked about. Like, at the end of the day, let's go for the funds. But when you go for the funds, if you don't really read that contract, and then at the same time, we was going through that injunction, court. You gotta hurry up, not really focusing on what you're really reading, what you're really signing. And then so it got a little bit complicated.
You're talking about the Dasney fund, right?
Yeah, the Dasney funds. We accepted that. So then when you accept that, there's a lot of rules that a lot of people don't understand. It's like, oh, Jeff, you got a multi-million-dollar business. Yeah, but like, ask me how much money I could take out. There's certain things, certain clauses that they put in the contract that you're not able to do certain things. So it's like, yeah, I got a multi-million-dollar business, but when can I take my money? Oh, you know what? I built the business 2 years later, let's say. My business is a real multi-million-dollar business. I want to cap out. I want to get out. Oh, no, you can't. You got to wait 4 years.
You got to wait 4 years.
You understand? So it's like really, I really, like all these rules and regulations, you got overwhelmed after a time. And then at the same time, it's a brand new market. You got to deal with farmers. You got to deal with processes, you got to deal with the system that you're going to use, like Dutchies. We use Dutchies. We use Kaya Push. And so trying to learn all this all in one time, but then you got to rush to it. You got to rush every single contract you're signing. It's like you're scheming through it. Your lawyer don't got enough time because there's a deadline. If you don't open now, if you don't sign this contract, the injunction might come back around and bite you in the ass. Now you're going to wait another 4 or 5 months to open again. So doing things a lo loco, like, and then now, like, when you settle and you be like, all right, okay, let me see what I did, what I got into. Like, oh, shit, I can't do this, I can't do that. Oh, shit, like, hold up. Like, even now, even with promoting your company, like, you had to watch how you did it. You know, how you do it, how you did it. All that is changing. That's what I'm saying with you guys, when y'all about to open, y'all not going to face things that we were facing. Like, marketing your own company. Now you could, because it's, the proposal's out there.
It's in the comment period.
It's, you understand? So it was kind of tough just dealing with the paperwork, learning the system, the software, knowing what kind of funds you're getting into. Like, are we going to go private or are we going to go with the Dasney fund? A whole bunch of decisions.
A lot of big decisions.
Yeah. So it's like all right, Gotham is at where it's at, where we with the whole team. I'm not talking about just the partners. I'm talking about even the bartenders. And all that effort, all that sweat, all that learning, so all right, now I got a business that I probably want to get out or come out with a couple of $1 million. Well, wait, but you gotta wait though. You can't just break out.
Well, you know what? This is what I mentioned to Vlad, and like sometimes when we're talking and shit like that, I mention this. Legal cannabis is a baby right now, right? It's 3 years old, and this shit, at the end of the day, it's like, it's now legal. What part of the game are you in? Are you in or are you out? You at least, you already in the game. right? So whatever your voice, your opinion, whatever you feeling, it counts a lot because you're actually in the game.
It's an informed voice that is not talking from the bleachers. You're talking about it because you're in it.
You know what I'm saying? So for some people, it's okay. I think they should stay in the game for those 4 years and wait, or whatever the case may be, or whatever. You know what I mean? Because that deal might be a dream come true to them. Because it might be, maybe for you it's not. Maybe for others it's the whole thing. But at least it's like for me, when you say it, at least it comes from a person that's inside the game now. Because at this point, it's like, what are you doing now? Are you in the game or are you not? Because it's legal, and man. Bro, I think you guys are doing great.
Oh, we are, thank God.
So I just want you to know that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just kind of I mentioned that because I want you to know that you guys are doing great, and I don't think no matter what deal you feel you in, you are in the game.
Thank you for that. It's true. I'm in the game.
You understand, player?
That's why when I got a lot of dispensary owners that are about to open. They already open. Yo, Jeff, can you don't mind giving me a word of advice or something? I don't mind when they come in, and I spend half hour with them and telling them what I went through, just like I did now. Yeah. And just tell them, yo, just stick it around. And they just learn it, do this, do that, and they be like, Jeff, sorry to bother you. I say, no, you're not a bother, because now I see that you're in the other end that I'm not seeing, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm actually a help to these people. I can actually,
absolutely.
You're an expert in this now.
Absolutely.
You're not like somebody that's guessing and trying to figure it out. You got 9 months that you opened and operated something that not many people have right now.
Absolutely. Think about
like
it,
you said,
like
Ramon said,
3 years old.
Exactly. So you got a quarter of the whole existence of the market that you've been operating.
Right.
Nice. You're right. It's true.
And that's how this shit goes.
So that's why I don't mind when people come in and be like, yo, Jeff, can you help me? I got a license. I'm stuck with it. I don't know what to do. Can you guide me to a partner? Could you guide me to a location? Can you guide me how to use these machines? And these softwares, you got to learn these software. So that's what you guys got to now either do it yourself.
Like the tech stack?
Yeah, when it comes to Dutchy, Kaya Push, and any of those software, learn it now before you actually open. And if, let's say, you're not going to be the one doing it, make sure you have somebody in your team that's actually learning that, because that's the key. Once you learn the software to your business, you could be anywhere. You could be in DR in the beach, just looking at numbers in the computer, and oh shit, you know what? Let me call the manager. Oh, you make another order for this for this. Or payroll. What's going on with payroll? You got all this software that's gonna make your life a little bit much easier. But if you learn it now, not like I had to do it. I had to do it at the moment. I learned that because remember, like I said, everything was a rush, the injunction, everything. So I was learning while we was open, like data entry, how to put the work into the system. How once in the system, how are we gonna get it to the customer? So we did all that as we learned. As we open, like at the moment. But my advice to you guys and anybody that's watching and they're about to open or they're already open, learn the software. Even if you think you're not gonna be the one doing it forever, but you learn it, because you know what? He might call you and be like, yo, Ramon, there's something here in the shop, but it's not in the system. Wow, you go into your software. Anywhere you are, as long as you have your computer, your phone, boom, you fix the problem.
That's great.
Because you learn your software. And that's key right here to the game. Learn the software and basically now save all your tracks. When I was burning, I gotta burn this and the ash gotta go down the toilet because I don't want no evidence. Now you really gotta make sure your paperwork is there. and just learn and basically what you guys doing. Visit farms. Before we open, I don't know how many farms I visited. I was visiting farms anytime I had a moment. Remember, some farms are 5-6 hours away, taking those drives to make that connect. To connect with your farmers there, the ahora from now on. Because it's going to be much easier because now you got a bond with them. You got a relationship. They will understand, like, yo, you know what? Your work is not really moving, but I could do this maybe to help you. And they see it like, all right, because it was like back in the days in the blocks. Like, your block might be down today, but your block might be up today because somehow you end up getting all the good work and you couldn't get it, and you couldn't get it. Now everybody got to come to me. So when you build your relationship with the farmers, with the cultivators, it's perfect. Even the processing, because it's much easier once you're active, and something is not moving as fast. You know, you're able to talk to them calmly, like, yo, you're not talking to the sales rep, you're talking to the cultivator. And I respect all the sales reps that is out there. I want to see, basically what I want to see in the market later on is bud tenders and all these sales reps that is all over the dispensary trying to put the cultivators work in the show. They be the new brands of New York City. Now because
they're putting in the work.
I love everybody else from different states that came to New York and got branded here. But to me, the game, where I want to see the game is like at least 3 or 4 of my bud tenders becoming a brand.
Yeah, that'll be
sell reps that they do their videos. They go into the stores and they go up to Buffalo, to Syracuse, and busting their ass to have these brands on the shelf on the dispensary. Those are the new brands that I want to see pop off in New York.
Because they build in the market.
They build in the market.
I like that.
They're the little people in the game to us, but they really the real people in the game, because if it's not because of the bud tenders, the sell reps, nothing will be moving. The farmers will be stuck in their farms and will be stuck with no work in the dispensary. So build your relationship with your bud tenders, with the sell rep. Like, who's the one I'm gonna be working with? Oh, look, you're gonna be working with Sophia or whatever. Mm-hmm. She's gonna be the sell rep for me. So, have the bond with me, but make sure and that's what helped me, because I was already early with the hemp, going around meeting farmers, because most of these farmers that were doing hemp became actual cannabis farmers. So that's key. Your software and build your relationship with your processors and your cultivator that you feel you want to work at the very beginning, but still meet all of them. Like with me, I gave a lot of chances to remember, New York was brand new. Like, you didn't know what brand was going to really pop off. No. So you came and I seen your vibe and I seen your work, and I was like, listen, I'm going to just give you a chance. Give me 20 units of everything you got, and I'm going to see how it sells. Don't just leave it up to my store that you got in the show. Now you got to put in work. Mm-hmm. Even though, marketing, advertising, all that was like in the tag with OCM, everybody was scared to do it. But you got to do something to let people know you are in my store. Don't just leave it up to my bud tender and me. Yeah. So you got to build that bond with the farmers.
Let me ask you a question. So you watching the market from the beginning, what do you feel about the quality of the work 9 months ago when you first started to now?
All right, we opened late October, mid-October, right? So basically, I was getting the last batch of 2022. Mm-hmm. So it was not the best. Like, I could count maybe 1 or 2 at the time that was like, oh, okay, these brands are doing their thing. They know what they're doing. And remember, we had the stigma of, New York is only outdoor.
Yes.
So I had that problem. So it was weird at the beginning, seeing the work, like, yo, this is really what I gotta sell? Like, shit. Like, yo, you know what? Hey, John, Juanita, whoever you are, the farmers. I'm talking, like, yo, bro, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to move your work. And it was crazy, because remember, once you take work, you think you're liable to pay back. I said, listen, I ain't paying you no invoices if your work don't sell. The most I could do is, if in 30 days your product didn't move 100%, I'll stay with it if you want. But I'm not responsible to pay it. So that became a problem, because then remember that reporting was OCM, if you don't pay, but people don't understand, it's a brand new market. How the hell you expect me to move a brand that nobody knows about? It just came out maybe, in paperwork, it probably came out 3 months ago, and maybe in the
market
bottle,
came out a month ago.
You understand? So they didn't understand that. So I had a lot of discussion with a lot of farmers, like, yo, I cannot sell your work. Yo, I can't guarantee. 1, it's expensive. 2, it cannot compare to the streets. So it was tough. So comparing it to when I first started 9 months ago to now, it's getting way better. Like, New Yorkers, I noticed a lot of farmers are collaborating with farmers from Cali, Colorado. So they bring in their skills in. Yeah. So it's getting better. Now more people are doing greenhouse facility. Like, those who can't afford indoors, now they're letting the medical field, some cultivators work with us. So that helped too. Like, all right, I want to help every single local farm. And everybody knows that I try to put anybody in the brand. Any brand I try to put out, especially if you were New York based, I was putting you in the store. With a chance, let's see what you're going to do with your brand, and let me see what your product is going to do. Mm-hmm. Some didn't have the product to really, really be out there and be like, yo, I got it,
What product, not necessarily brand, but what product was kind of like surprising to you? Like, you know what I mean? Because I know everybody, this is New York, everybody goes for flour. But what other product did surprisingly good?
Gummies. In the sense, because remember, New York is, like you said, straight up flower guys. To this day, right now, there's a drought flower. People don't understand that. In the legal game, there's a drought in flower right now. But gummies surprised me because at the beginning, people wasn't like, nah. But now, I need to have gummies all the time. And vapes, too. For vapes, I kind of see it. It was on the move. But people knowing that it was outdoor weed being used for vapes, it was kind of complicated. Until people started trying, try it, you know, and some did and some just do it.
It's vapes, baby. Niggas, they do a little stew in them vapes and make it taste good anyway. It don't matter whether it's outdoor or indoor. They do a little.
So, you know, but people that knew, they didn't want to smoke it because, you know, it was all talk, New York is only outdoor, New York is only in the outdoor. So it was complicated too because now you got to convince people to actually, trust me, this is good. I smoked it. I was surprised myself. Right. So, and I got a team of smokers in my shop, so I have no worries about if the work is good or not. I got enough people to be like, after work, smoke all you want and let me know if that's a go for next week order.
Another part that people don't think about, which I heard in the barbershop that, you had to do and you did well, was to train these 32 people or whatever number of people it is now that you have to be prepared to be able to function and be compliant and et cetera and et cetera.
Yes. Oh, that's another thing I got to remind you guys and everybody else that's about to open. Start small with your staff. Because we started with a staff of 32 people. Imagine learning a software and at the same time trying to teach everybody else that software. At least the bartender, it was easier because at the beginning, they didn't need to know the back office end, all that data entry, all that stuff. So you had to do the data entry in your back office. Make sure it was at least 90% right. Because there was a lot of misinformation. Put the name, put that as an eighth, by what company, what strain, and that's it. Simple. It was, like I said, remember, here's the key, open, and that's it. No time to really train, no time to really learn software, no time for nothing. So do back office and then go to the front and the cell floor and be like, listen, when you're looking for this, like, how can I put it? There's 1,000 strains, right? There's 1,000 strains. So let's say haze. Okay, but who haze is this? This is haze from Dank. This is haze from Hudson Cannabis. This is haze. So we'll put the name of the company that came from or the brand because remember, some cultivators, they got a brand. So some of them use their brand and their cultivation name the same. So it'll be, let's say Hudson Cannabis, Jealousy, whatever. It'll be Dank, Jealousy. So make sure that you know what brand you're giving the customer. Because just because you got haze, I got haze, who haze you selling? Oh, I'm selling you Ramon haze. I'm selling you Black haze. So it was just crazy. And then button education, calling all the bartenders, calling all the farmers, all the processors. Listen, I need bartender education. Like I really need my bartender to know what they're selling to the customers. So I remember it was so many of us that we'll have like 10 people on the floor and then like another 20 people, come in for bartender training, learn the product. So going through all that, now it's a little bit more calm. And now, like, remember, a lot of farmers are changing from processors, and it's a lot of changes. Like some brands don't go with the same cultivators no more. Now they with a different cultivator or a different processor. So now you need to retrain because, all right, we're selling whatever brand we're selling, but you're not with the same farmer no more. So now let me know how this farmer's growing the weed. Let me know what he's doing. So now it's like a new retrain. Because a lot of people are brands are switching cultivators. So when that happens, like, all right, we got to retrain again.
This is the part that people don't see that, people just walk into your store and just think that it's just all magic, but there's a lot of back-end work to make that happen.
And then remember, New York was brand new, so that budget and the education was necessary. Because people knew about flower, they knew about different names, but they didn't know how it was grown. Indoor, outdoor, greenhouse,
just technical shit. What it smell like, right? Because you got to tell someone what it smell like, and you got to describe it, which means the terpenes, right? So it's like,
and even beyond that, what it's really gonna do to me? Like people didn't. A lot of customers didn't understand because remember when you went to the block, nobody actually was smoking indoor. Nobody actually was smoking outdoor.
Took what you got. You took what the
indica, sativa, hybrid, none of that.
They wasn't asking that. Now they come in, they're like, yo, what's your strongest sativa? THC. What's your what's your lowest? Because I don't want to be too high, but I want sativa.
Everybody's a scientist.
Yes. So all that got in the mix. Like, oh shit, hold up. Hold up, button education. And you know, it's voluntary. Please come in. Like, it's gonna just better you being a better staff member in the shop, better bartender. People's gonna see you different. Like, when you recommend something, it's because you know what you're talking about, because you got the education from that product. So when cultivators slack off and not giving our bartenders education, they stuff got to be so good and the marketing got to be so good that the bartenders don't really need to put that much effort. But when you got something good but nobody knows about your stuff, how it got grown, you know, the bartender that's selling it to you, they won't be able to you know, talk to the customer and tell them, listen, esto, this is that, indoor, que outdoor, que indica, que hybrid dominated with indica, que hybrid dominated with sativa. You know, because some people go in there like, yo, I want sativa. Yeah, we ran out of pure sativa, but I got a hybrid dominant sativa. Oh, well, what's, you know, it's like, it's a 50-50. Like, it can hit you in the head or it can hit you in the body. Even though it says sativa dominant, but it might just, your body that day might be like, yo, you know what, you're getting body high today. Even though there's a dominant sativa, but your high today is going to be a body high.
We all got different endocannabinoid systems and this shit. Exactly. It's everybody's different. So
it's like when people come in and be like, yo, Jeff, what do you think? I said, listen, man, I'm going to tell you the truth. I could smoke this right now, and I might get a different effect from what you're doing, because your body totally different. And you could smoke it right now. Maybe you haven't ate right. And maybe you ate too much. So it's going to hit you different. So you might smoke it now and be like, this is whack. But then you smoke it an hour, 2 hours later, like, yo, hold up. I'm surprised. This is really good. The bartender actually told me the truth. In the end, it was just at the moment. So sometimes you got to tell people, not just because you come here and you want to ask for the highest THC level, yo, maybe the lowest one will do it to you, because you got terpenes, you got cannabinoids, or you got all these other stuff that the cannabis plant brings that it might not hit you the same way it hit him.
Absolutely.
Me. In the end, so...
Like, sour used to leave everybody up. For me, that shit used to put me to bed. Oh, that shit,
and that's why I like the sour, because sour, I felt like it was an upper for me. Yeah, no. And then Haze, mind you, Haze was supposed to be an upper, and it was really a downer for me. See? I was like, when I said, yo, Mo, you can't get me high, bro. I'll be here mute. Like, I'll be focused, but I'll be mute.
It goes down to the boulevard, though.
So now you seeing, like, this transition from, you know, the 90s, Harlem to Dykeman to all the different Hayes, regular, all these different transitions and eras in New York. Now you're a legal operator, like in the 3-year-old market. Where do you see it at, like in 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Like, what do you see the New York legal market turning into?
New York is going to be like the Hayes was reigning for mad years. New York is going to reign for mad years.
Talk about it.
New York is going to be the market to come to, not only because we New York, everybody wants to come to New York. Like, all the cultivators from all the states want to be in the New York market. New York is the thing. We always make it the thing in New York. So
the Mecca.
So I see it blowing up. We're going to be number one for many years. Then it might fade out later on, but we're going to be number one for a while. Once we get all these indoors and farmers really know what they're really doing, even if they're growing outdoor, we're gonna be top. You know, I see it.
It's the biggest market in the world. We the, you know, fashion capital, financial capital, culture capital,
food capital.
Now we got food capital. Now we got to add cannabis.
You gotta add it. You gotta add it. We're gonna reign for
What's
a long time.
your opinion? This is a loaded question here, my brother. You know what I mean? And I know it's interesting because you seem like you straddled both sides of these fences. How do you feel about the latest, you know, efforts from the state and the sheriff on shutting down the illegal stores? How do you feel about the illegal stores, that whole thing, and how that's affecting the market and what role it played in the market?
Like, smoke shops shut down even the streets for a while. Being affiliated from the streets.
So you're saying that wasn't legacy, that wasn't the same as the streets, the smoke shops?
No.
The illegal shops?
No, like legacies from the streets. I'm talking about legacy from the streets. If they would have done what the smoke shop owners are doing, that they were actually opening shop, and it would have been maybe a little bit different. But you know what it was? Yeah, you can't blame an investor and a hustler for doing what they're doing. They saw opportunity and they took it. But not only did it hurt legal market to start off, but it also hurted the people that were still in the streets.
The legacy market.
Yeah,
Because people
up.
got comfortable. They was like, yo, I don't got to go to a corner block. I don't go down to the basement. I don't got to go upstairs to a first floor. I don't got to go to an alleyway.
I could go with my card.
I could go, exactly. I could go with my car. I'm indoor. I'm in a public space. So it became safer for a consumer to go buy cannabis on a smoke shop than in the street corner.
Not knowing.
Well, not knowing, but it was the same thing from the streets. You didn't know what you were smoking. We was honest, man, in the streets dealing. We didn't want to hurt nobody. But it came to the point that people was like, yo, you know what? I could take hemp flower, $300 a pound, get this oil and boost it up, and people didn't understand that. So that's when I'll be like, all right, they kind of got to shut down those markets. But people took opportunities, and I would have done it. I ain't gonna lie. If I wouldn't have been in the legal market, I would have probably had a smoke shop. It would have been maybe a little bit understandable for certain people. Like, oh, Jeff came from the streets. He opened a smoke shop. But still, I would have been in one of those rackets. Like, yo, we got to shut Jeff down. Even I don't care that he came from the illegal market and he did his thing for 20 years. But he got to close down. So you understand? It becomes complicated.
Of course, that's why actually it's super complicated. So I'm gonna give you how complicated it is. So when they start, shutting down the illegal shops, I always said that I didn't feel like, they were legal or legacy. They were like something that came in between after legalization. And you start hearing that the legal dispensaries are selling 30% more. And then I talk to the homies on the block and they're like, I'm selling 30% more pounds too.
Yes, it's true. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get better for them, and it's gonna get better for us. So the way I see it is, do you rather have smoke shop or do you rather have compete against the street? Because the street ain't going nowhere.
Nah, but the streets was always there. This element wasn't there.
But can I add something though, real quick though? Because even if it was you in that smoke shop, right, and you was owning that smoke shop, and this is what I hold accountable to all my peers that was in the street, whether you were older or my age, whatever the case may be. You, my friend, are a part of your community. You're from that block. The residents know you. If something goes wrong, there's somebody to actually go back to and hold accountable.
Yes.
You, as a legacy guy, mostly all my legacy guys that I know, they went through the process of copping. You went to go look at the weed that you're going to go cop.
Yes.
You actually probably smoked it. You opened it, you bagged it up. You know there's nothing crazy in the weed before you dished it out on the block. Correct. So there's a process that legacy guys, real legacy guys, go through before they used to push
and
it
yo,
out
you too young. I'm not selling to you, my brother.
Right. Or
on the block, you used to see that.
I know your mama.
Like, I did it myself. Like, yo,
right.
you look
I know
too
your
young.
mother. Yeah. I know your mother or some shit like that,
it's
right?
true.
So there was some sort of thing. And back then it was just flour. We weren't selling edibles that look like Kit Kat. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like there's a lot of things that I think legacy guys would have took responsibility of that these smoke shops guys just don't.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think what Ramon says is a very important part. A high percentage of them are not from the community. So when Jeff was on the block, Jeff buys shit for the kids, pays something for the daughter, gets a haircut at the barbershop, buys up that money, circles the community. A lot of these people are not from the community, and that money come to them and it don't circulate in the community. Like I said, like the homies that sell pounds, that wasn't that don't.
You know how that shit go, Jeff. Yo, Jeff, I only got $8. Let me get it down. Come on, man.
Nah, it's true. No, I see what you're going with this. It's true. Like right now, basically, there's a whole bunch of opportunist people out there. So basically, I understand what you're saying, that they don't care what they selling as long as they selling. I see that, and you guys are kind of right with that. So it's gonna benefit them getting shut down. Legal market is also gonna benefit
the streets.
The streets. And I don't mind the streets, to be honest, because that's my background. So, and I see the struggle that the people from the street go through to do something that we wasn't being bothered for getting arrested and and go back to the block and do it. So I understand it. So
it's a complicated thing. That's why I have to ask
it.
So the next question I want to ask you: you one of the few Latino owned dispensary that's an owner. I always throw the numbers out. There's like 60 million Latinos in the U.S., 4 million in New York State. But when it comes to ownership in the legal cannabis industry, out of the minorities, we probably got like one of the smallest percentages.
Yes.
So it's just like, what do you think we got to do to change that? And, what could we do aside from like talking about it that you feel like to inspire more to come out the shadows or to come into this industry, because we got the numbers as far as like population, but not as far as ownership.
Well, people got to come out the shadow. They got to like I was a little bit afraid. I'm not gonna lie. I was
Same
afraid.
here. Don't worry.
all
Trust me. We all spoke.
Because
yes.
remember, we grew up from an era that it was illegal to do this. Even if you had a small dime on you, you was going to jail. It could have been, you could have got lucky, you only did a few hours. You could have got bad luck and do your year, get deported.
Yeah.
I got a lot of friends of mine that got deported for bullshit ass dimes. It's on their record maybe once or twice. They get deported. One time they go on a trip. No, you can't go back into the country. What you mean I can't go back into the country? Nah, look, you got arrested for weed. You ain't going back to the United States. Like, yo, but my job, my kids, and nope.
Shit happens, yep.
So, really, people seeing you, seeing me, I got a little bit of head start. We how can we say that? How can I put this word?
You're the pioneer.
You're the trailblazer, man.
Basically,
blazing the trail.
So basically, showing people that listen, he came from I was saying background from the streets. He got out and he's doing it legit now. So basically, just trust the system, like, because I wasn't trusting the system even though I was doing it. Right. I was scared. I ain't gonna lie, but I did it, and it's actually there. They're not locking you up. Like some, there's the portal open, so apply. Don't be like, que mira, no, apply.
I'm gonna poke a little bit, because last time we was here with Kaz the other day, we was having a debate a little bit off camera, and even a little bit in camera, we was having a little debate, because I was like, between Kaz and Gotham Buds, you guys are the first black or brown. Well, Smack is the first, but Dominican owned retail dispensary. I think it's you guys. You guys opened up first in Comba, did you? When did you guys open?
I think we did by one day.
Remember, it was a buzzer beater.
So I think it was Chirp Bros, Gotham, and then damn, I forgot because it's black. Black, you heard me? The block.
The block.
Yeah, that's his block.
That's his block.
That's his new spot.
So Combat. I think that's the way it went. It was them, us, and then Combat.
Yeah, because I was like, nah, I think Gotham Buzz opened up, because I remember us going to you guys first. Yeah. But he was like, yeah, but I think we made a sale first to them. So we was going back.
Yeah, so I think
it was a buzzer beater.
Yeah, Chirp Bros was 17, us the 18, and they were the 19. I believe that's the way it went down. Because I know we was in the middle between, because it was us three opening back to back. Yeah. So we were the first. Yeah,
shout out to all of y'all though. This is awesome. To be honest.
I never realized first Dominican dispensary owner. You're right.
So what did you feel like? Like I said, I'm from Harlem. You know what I mean? I grew up on 139th from Broadway. I could imagine. You know what I mean? Like, before like, I never really was hearing anything above 96th Street, Midtown. Everything was like downtown.
Everything was downtown.
So I'm asking to see, like, how did you see the community react? Like, y'all was the first to acknowledge them and really put your money where you see value at, you know what I mean, in the Harlem community. How did they react to that? Like, oh shit, somebody didn't forget about us, gave us access to this or whatever.
No, and the community in general was happy, because, and I was happy myself, because you understand, being in Harlem and then being born in Harlem and grew up in Harlem and grew up in Dyckman, to actually be in the middle of everything, because remember 125th is in the middle of everything. You go uptown. You bump into the heights. You go down, you midtown, downtown, down here. So it was just great. It was, like I said, it was confusing too, because coming from a legacy market to now being legit and being legal, now you in TV, you was like, it's like yeah. It's like you don't want to freeze, but it's like you think you start thinking.
Crazy transition.
Yeah, you start thinking.
Whether you like it or not at this point, my friend, you're a part of history.
No, of course.
So just know, you know what I mean? You ain't nobody, whether it feels awkward or you in the shadows, whatever it is, you're the first legit dispensary to open up in Harlem, you're a part of history, my man. You know
Thank
what I'm saying?
I
So,
am.
you know what I mean? You did that. You know what I'm saying? That's facts. That's not me trying to gas your head up or any of that shit. That's just facts. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, congratulations. And take that in, fam, no matter what the situation is, bro.
It's true.
Things that get better and things that get greater, like my man like to say, you know?
1,000%. Now, we got to ask you, you know what I mean? You know, now that you know what I mean, a business owner in Harlem and, you know, you're born there and you've been around there so much. People love to know about the munchies here, you know, after they get high. You know, I'm from Harlem. I got mine, but I want to know yours. What's some of your favorite munchies in Harlem to go get some great food at?
Yo, right now, because I'm always in love with Jamaican food.
So we just ate some jerk chicken earlier.
Man, specialty back there.
And so, like, if you actually you're high and you got the munchies, you can't go wrong with Jamaican food. Never.
So what's the Jamaican food over there?
What's the or describe? What are you getting? You getting rice and peas, jerk chicken? You getting some?
Right now I got like 5 months I went vegan, right? So when I wasn't vegan,
Dominican vegan.
So
Mama love must come at you when you come home.
Oxtail with the extra gravy on top.
Absolutely,
you know,
absolutely.
Even if you didn't want to go with the rice, the cabbage. I'm being some gravy right there, so you know.
Okay.
You know, so but back then, when I was younger, give me a corn muffin and una malta. It's over. That's it.
Muffin and una malta.
That's it. Give me a corn muffin with a malta and it's over. That's it. That was my favorite munchie.
That's a nice munchie right there.
That was my favorite munchie. Entiende?
All right. Before we get, I guess, Glass likes to call it the $1 million question. I think David got some questions for us. He always got some nice
cannabis news
and questions for all of us.
Cannabis CNN,
and it's for everybody in the room. I know you guys is guy, but it's for everybody. Everybody can always join in and chime in or whatever you say, whatever the hell you want to say.
All right, so I'm gonna start off. It's Olympic season, and also 2 weeks in a row we got some Snoop Dogg news. So Snoop Dogg was named the official torchbearer of like the Olympic flame.
Really?
For the final stretch. So he's going to be the one who brings it into the stadium. He's not going to light the whole thing.
Yeah,
like,
but
like,
I get it.
He's essentially been named like the American to do that.
Whoa! Shout out to Snoop. Snoop is always doing
something
for
for the culture globally.
Didn't he also open a dispensary the other day? First dispensary?
Yeah.
That was the news last week. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, that man is. Oh, he in the loop right now, boy. He might light a little joint. We expected him to light a joint on something. He always does, bro. He always either before or after light some weed or some shit like that. Right?
He probably take the torch and light up his
right before he pass it off or whatever. Right, like boom, 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 like right quick. I mean, I know I would.
Nah, he's always putting on for the culture globally, man. You know what I mean?
Turn on the AC.
You gotta always, respect Snoop, man. He's like, been who he is since the 90s, all the way to the day before
he's
cannabis smoking was trending for celebrities. You gotta respect them.
Before we move on, can I ask, I guess, everybody in the room, who would be like the female version of Snoop Dogg then, right? Like, in the sense where, like he reps weed culture to like the fullest. He's like the top most famous like dude. Who's like the most famous woman that like reps stoner life? Like, you know what I mean? Who do y'all think?
I think Erykah Badu.
Ooh,
yeah, you might be right.
Legendary.
Erykah Badu.
I got somebody, and even though she just has some kids, but I think Rihanna be like. She
blowing
it
down?
Yeah, because she don't shy away from it. It's not that she's like smoking like Snoop or Wiz or anything like that, but she not shying away from the situation. She's not hiding that she's not a stoner, and she's like super duper famous. She's not like little bit famous. She's like super billionaire and like on top of the game. She could fucking fart and everybody knows. You know what I'm saying? Like she's like super famous. So I think like her, and I think she don't like little bit smoke. I think she like we on vacation and she's blowing it down.
She definitely always proud of her weed smoking, and damn, I'm thinking who else?
Yeah, it's hard.
There's not a lot of women that smoke publicly like that. Probably
famous. That famous of like that stature, right? You got the Whoopi Goldbergs of the world, but somebody who's like Snoop famous, right? Like who's Snoop famous? That and I think her and like maybe Miley when she was like popping and shit like that, and she was like smoking weed because I think she's
Snoop got Martha smoking. I hope, but putting some weed in them edibles.
They gotta be smoking together, right?
I think it would be good if she would actually public want to smoke Cardi B.
Cardi B. Doesn't she smoke weed? She
I don't even know if she does, but
I don't know.
Imagine her getting high.
Have we ever seen the smoking blunts? I don't know. I
The last 10 years.
don't know. I don't know.
She'll be a funny person.
Not since that yellow. She wasn't. When she was. Oh man. All right. I guess next question. Sorry. I know we went off. Go ahead, my man, Mr. David.
We'll keep it with some California news real quick. So the California State Fair made history last week as the first U.S. state fair that allowed like on-site cannabis sales. And so I was just curious what you guys think about, like the future of cannabis at music festivals and just like that being something that's like accepted now.
A state fair that basically let vendors go and sell weed.
Yeah,
exactly. Or just smoke weed, like you can
on-site,
selling weed
at a state fair where there's kids at.
Yeah.
If they allow that in New York, I would hope that would be like a store thing. You know what I mean? Like a license thing. Like the licensed people could go and do that. Because then it's like a free fall at a state fair.
Garden,
Yeah, I don't see a problem because they selling beers and cigarettes, right? So as long as you're showing your ID, you're 21 to purchase, I think it shouldn't be a problem. And then, coming from the illegal market, we was doing it anyway on the block. So, ¿entiendes? So.
Yeah, I think that's just the beginning of what the future of cannabis is going to. I think that, you're going to start seeing in the future New York, I think it's going to probably come out with like some events license or something. And you're going to see, people get special events licenses to do something at a festival, to do something at hospitality spots, to have somewhere to smoke. I think that is the next level for cannabis, like cannabis hospitality for the masses, like for massive events like that. I think that's definitely the next frontier for cannabis that's left.
So basically a designated area for weed smokers. Go to this
No, I think we have that already. I mean, like the same way you got a designated area for a bar at a festival, you got an event license, there's a bar, like them to be some type of cannabis sales in like big functions like that. I think that is something that's going to happen in the future.
That'll be dope.
Yeah, because, as a retailer, it's not your job to fucking regulate where and how people smoke, but you want to kind of at least provide people safety and provide like the rest of the public to know that only adults can come in here and purchase this. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So when you say that, can people be able to smoke it after they purchase it right there in the fair too? Yeah. I mean, it's going to get a little bit complicated because there's going to be a lot of smokers. Oh, we could go to the fair, get rise and get high. As a matter of fact, they might not even do it. Just can't get high and ride the rise.
I mean, people get drunk and ride the ride.
Yeah, but
so I'm just saying, and people smoke cigarettes in the state fair, so there'll be sections where you can kind of like smoke at that point, because it's like if you're letting people smoke cigarettes in these state fairs, then you might as well,
Yeah, you do got a point with that one. It's true.
It's like New York. I'm following New York. That's all. New York, we could smoke weed wherever you could smoke cigarettes at. So I'm hoping that's what happens. Next.
All right. We'll take it to Europe right now. So
say Europe?
Europe.
Oh.
Yeah,
what's going on in Europe?
Germany.
Across the pond.
Yeah, Germany just gave the first licenses for consumption clubs. Ooh. And Tilray, the billion-dollar cannabis business from Canada, they just got the first medical growers license for Germany. So it's like really heating up pretty quickly. And was curious what you guys think about, cannabis in Europe, cannabis in Germany. Just everything like that.
Well, can I speak first?
Of course.
All right,
you're the guest. This
all right,
is all
so
about you, man.
So I'm excited about it for them too. You know why? Because when we got people from London, from France, from Germany that they can't smoke over there, and they be so amazed that they could do it, it's like I'm happy for them, because if you see people from other country, another part of the country, now they could just from Canada come and that you could just drive. People flying 12 hours just to get here and be happy to smoke weed, and then they can't do it in their country either. Like we went through that, we couldn't really smoke, but we was doing it anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I see that's something dope. I like it, because I see it firsthand in my dispensary. Like, yo, what the hell? You from London and you can't smoke and you happy? Can I really light this outside? Yes, you can. In front of the cops? Yes, you can.
Right.
So yeah, so I'm happy for all those other countries that they're opening up to smoke cannabis now and sell it.
I agree with you. I'm absolutely happy for anything that says cannabis freedom. So for a superpower like Germany to be like, yo, like, you know, they're taking the route of legalization. Like, yo, we start letting people smoke weed, start letting them grow, start letting them do things. That says a lot, you know, that says a lot. And it'll be good for the rest of the world to kind of like start to show like, yo, just people already love cannabis. Just that's it. Just, you know, that's it. Just let it be a part of the system and let it be, you know.
Facts.
Yeah, I've been hearing about that when I was out, you know, right now recently in Europe. I was hearing when Germany first went legal. I was in Barcelona speaking at ICBC Cannabis, and like that is like the first big domino to drop in Europe because it's the first country to go federally legal in Europe. Ooh. So that like you said, like it's a superpower from Europe. So now like just like we saw here, like when the states, like when, you know, New York saw Jersey go legal and Massachusetts, like it puts pressure on the countries around that's because they're as close as states are. So I think that's like major. And then, you know, the Germans don't play when it comes to engineering. So who knows what the fuck they gonna come up with some crazy dope shit, right?
And y'all smoking some shit from Germany.
And then what I heard the way these clubs is like, I'm not exactly sure, don't quote me on this, is that the clubs are gonna be sort of like the micro licenses are here, where you're going to be able to grow, process, and sell like in this one facility and have the club. It's going to be something along those lines is what I heard, because they trying to keep it like a little bit contained at the beginning till they figure it out. Times are changing, man.
100%. So just one last one. Talking about big markets, right? Maryland is projected to make $1.1 billion this year off of their cannabis.
Whoa, Maryland? Whoa.
They're doing numbers up there. Faster than New York, too.
Whoa, Maryland.
And especially now for the summer, they got everybody trying to travel over there, all these travelers, all these tourism.
Maryland. Putting up numbers.
No, they're putting the numbers. I think they might even pass us already, maybe.
Shit, shout out to what? Charm City? That's what it was? Charm City?
Yeah, Charm City.
I think Memphis Bleak, right? He opened up a dispensary over there in Maryland. Did he? Right? Something like that.
Memphis Bleak?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think he got something going on.
So
shout out to Memphis Bleak,
yeah,
man.
of
Yo,
course,
we want you on the show. Come on through.
Yeah, he did that right.
Come promote that on here, baby.
Yeah.
When New York's fully optimal, how big do you think it's going to be?
What was the question again?
When New York's fully optimal, like, you know, when we're fully like, you know, running, all the stores are open, how big do you think this market's going to be?
The Mecca. That's all I got to say. It's going to be the Mecca of all the cannabis industry. Even when Europe blows up and all that, I think New York is still. Because everybody's going to, you're going to have farmers from Europe coming over here. Like, yo, can I grow with you? And let me show you my genetics. And it's still going to come back to here. My vision, you know, my opinion. How you guys see it?
Oof. I think that when it gets mature, it's going to be like $3-4 billion a year market.
Billions. We gonna be all right. So we gonna be in the billions. And I don't know, man. I think New York is probably gonna do some state of the art shit, man, when it comes to weed, right? Because at this point, it's gonna get better and better and better. But it's just, I think, since we're gonna be in the billions, we're gonna have no choice but to kind of find some sort of like different, innovative idea to do with it, right? So I just think that we gonna be living in the Jetsons, you know what I mean, by the time that shit happens, right? Yeah. I think New Yorkers gonna have billions of dollars, and that means we finally got it, and we finally understood how big of a business this could be. And that's when we get fly, you know, because once you start making money, that's when things get fly and people start doing fly shit and start doing fly ideas, you know?
You see how we got the multi-state operators? It's going to be multi-country operators. That's going to be a license in the future. Watch it be that license.
Remember where you heard it first, baby. My man got to trademark that. My man, multi-country operators, baby.
Because
we want in.
Facts. Imagine you got somebody from London, a cultivator, and then you got somebody from France, and then you a cultivator from New York, and they all bring this genetic. So it's gonna have to come to that. Like, all right, what country you from? Imagine us growing in Dominican Republic. That's another goal of mine.
Awesome.
That's another goal of mine.
You read my mind. That's gonna be one of my next questions. What do you think about just the whole state of where they are, the way they look at cannabis, and when do you think it will ever change?
I think they should.
You can Spanglish this. You can Spanglish this right here if you want.
Yo me siento en realidad, de verdad, que DR, if they don't hurry up and do something legal, the streets taking over already. So if you don't want the street to dominate and you don't want people to become capos, hurry up and do it.
Because it's going down no matter what.
It's going down. Right now, you go to DR, and Jamaicans are being affected because now they can't really sell their weed no more.
Everybody going to DR.
Because everybody's going to DR, sending weed to DR.
Sending the fire.
Us,
the fire.
New Yorkers that were born and raised here, we selling pounds over there.
Crazy.
So
I haven't been there in 10 years. I've been hearing about this, but I haven't been there.
So you go to DR now, you're not buying a Haraka. You're not buying Reggie.
They got the ZA out there?
They got the ZA. You hear rappers singing about it and rapping about it. They got it. You look at the newspaper. How many pounds are getting caught in the airport? 30 are getting caught, but what about 100 that went through this side? How many spots in DR already are flooded with good weed? So if the government doesn't hurry up and be like, yo, you know what? Start growing. Let's legalize. Let's get these laws changed. The street's gonna dominate the market. How Dominicans did it in Uptown, Dominicans are gonna do it in DR.
Oh man,
and then there's so many other opportunities, like with the hemp. You know, that shit helps regenerate the soil.
Yeah,
you know, you could go and like right now, like you know, in the rest of the world, especially where it's federally legal, like you said, they get to ship their CBD, their hemp around the world. So that's like a lot of different incomes for a place like DR that, you know what I mean, creates a lot of different jobs and incomes over there. You know what I mean?
What is it, hemp? Cañamo? That's how you say it in Spanish, right? Cañamo?
I think know it.
So DR should at least start with the hemp program and let cultivators in DR grow the hemp.
Absolutely. Come on, man. We got great farmers in DR and great land and great weather.
Like I'm holding on to
fucking paradise.
I'm holding on to some mountain farm that I got there. Because I'm waiting for the opportunity. Right now, I'm looking to see how can I get into the hemp and DR legally. At least to get started, to get the training, to get even farmers from here. Like, yo.
And to show proof of concept, right? Because that's what you got to do. You know how DR is. It's like here, too. It's kind of a little capitalist country, right? They like money there. So as long as you show that it should show and prove, you good.
So I feel like that the government in DR tienen que cambiar la ley because at the end of the day, if they don't complain when the streets they already took over.
Right.
So don't complain about it. Don't complain that they're selling a whole bunch of weed in the streets in DR because y'all didn't want to change the law. Y'all want to be hard-headed, jump in the game, get it done. Germany's doing it. Other countries are doing it. We are a small country. We are so powerful, though, but let's do it.
Puerto Rico's legal.
Look at that, you see?
I think Trinidad just changed as well. They going legal, you know. So I think, you know, they should start, like you said, they should start now. At least, I think right now, I think the initiative is to decriminalize at the moment. So I think they should just start, like whatever it is, they gotta go. They gotta get it going, right?
Yes. And then they got pioneers like us that we actually know how to sell this product.
Oh yeah, I ain't got no problem moving to DR to consult anybody who needs some consulting in La República. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we got you, God.
Happy Monkey got them consultants and cannabis in DR. You know.
You know me, I got my man Curly Fries. We out, B. Something like Curly Fries.
Now DR gotta get it together with that because you know they're gonna complain later on that people's making crazy money on the streets.
Yeah, and you're losing out. You're losing out.
Shout out Canna Red too.
Shout out to
Canna Red.
Been working at it, man. Shout out to all of you guys, man. You know, gracias.
Thanks.
Anything else you got for us, my man? David, that's it. That was it.
Floor is Vlad's.
The floor is Vlad's. All right.
So, this was from a business perspective, like you mentioned earlier, you know, at the beginning, advertisement was difficult to really get the word out and stuff like that when you guys first opened. What did you feel did work to you under those circumstances that, you know, I know you're a hustler and a creative, and I know, you know, you got to find a way to get the word out.
So Instagram helped a lot. We should have stuck to all of them, to TikTok and Facebook, everything. But Instagram helped us out doing like simple videos, like maybe a video of just a bud tender, you know, even mentioning the store. So social media, when it came to that, Instagram helped us a lot. TikTok probably would have boosted up a way more. But like simple videos will help a lot. Like I noticed even when I don't like I want to be in the gram, but then I don't want to be in the gram because it is like. Coming out the shadow is different.
It's a lot.
You know, so Instagram helped a lot. Little videos, it could be the most authentic video. And maybe probably you as a bartender, but as the customer, bang, a little video. Even if you're not showing no products, because you can't show no products, yeah. But just people seeing like, oh shit, there's a dispensary in Harlem. Oh shit, like like those little things helped a lot. And then basically in the shop, we got people in the music, we got people in fashion, and word of mouth worked a lot. Word of mouth still today, it still works.
Word of mouth still works, baby.
And then people still be like, yo, y'all in Gotham, Buds? Where? In 125th in Harlem? Where? Across the street from the Apollo. Yeah. How long y'all been here? 8-9 months. No, really? Yeah. But why people didn't know about it? Because it was like that fear of don't fuck up because you're going to lose your license. Yeah. So that was holding us back. So hopefully
that's why I asked, because that's what holds everybody back, because it's this thing where like you got to put the word out, but then you got this license that's not valuable you want to lose, and you got to.
And then everybody in the team, like, yo, you know what? Post something about Gotham. Everybody, like, and at the beginning, we were, like I said, we were 32 deep. Like, yo, everybody put something. Like, just mention Gotham. Yeah. Don't do nothing crazy, no products, no nothing. Just mention Gotham. Yeah. Do a video outside the store. Tell them, yo, across the street from the Apollos. And, I appreciate the Apollos because them being a legend,
it's easy to
describe. An iconic place.
Yeah, it's easy to describe where you at.
So being across the street from the iconic place, it helped just be like, oh, where you at? Across the street from the Apollos. Oh, okay, I know where's that at. I don't even gotta give the address no more.
Exactly.
Just find the yellow big sign. Gotham Buzz.
You could say that to an out of towner, and they just gonna Google it. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Yeah,
facts. It's true, because you know how many people go down to the Apollos just to take a picture and keep it moving. I got at 9 o'clock, 9:15 every day. I got like 5 buses just to get off. Right there, right in front of the shop, go right across the street, take pictures, and go right back on. Just take a picture of the Apollos. So to mention that, listen, we across the street from the Apollo. That was big. And then, so just doing little things like that, and even when we had somebody in the radio, like, yo, just mention, yo, Gotham Buds in the radio. Nothing, nothing big. And, people do be like, yo, got to go see that dispensary in across the street from the Apollos, Gotham Buds. So that helped a lot,
Wanted to ask you, because we just got to tell each other now recently more after you opened, but I want to know, when was the first time you heard of Happy Monkey, or did you get to go any of our events or whatever?
To be honest, I heard of you guys when the injunction. I gotta give you guys props, because y'all was always there in front, like informing people, do this, do that, like support us, come to we got a bus that could go pick you up, come show the. That's when and then I was like, then you like, yo, who was Black? Oh, Black, 130 something and over there. Oh shit, word, yeah. Oh shit, was Ramon? Oh, he from the Heights, and they used to do the big parties on the ground. Like, coño, probably I went to the parties, I didn't even know there was them throwing the parties. So because remember, back then when you was clubbing and you was able to go to an after hour and then you could smoke weed. I was like, what? Now I want to go there every weekend, every day they open, because I could go listen to music, I could dance, and I could smoke my weed, and I'm not getting kicked out. So, I started hearing about you guys doing those parties. I said, oh, shit, maybe I went to those parties I didn't even know, But in the injunction, that's when I really heard about you guys. Like, yo, y'all was always there, front news, everything. Happy Monkey everywhere. So, and then y'all do your thing on social media, you understand? So y'all doing your thing.
We outside, man. We outside.
I wanted to ask you, because I really want to know your perspective, Jeff, because you've been around the block, like you said, the legal Harlem, the uptown. Like, what do you think? What does it mean to you and for like the community, and just what it signifies, like us opening the first dispensary up in Dykeman, like and what you know about Dykeman and about us? What do you think it means for the culture and the people?
Like whatever. For the community, it's gonna be something different, because all they saw was just corner guys. So I'm like, oh shit, now maybe things could change. Some people are gonna feel like maybe it's gonna benefit the neighborhood better, because maybe some blocks might shut down, some smoke shop might close down, and they're gonna be happy about it, because they always saw was something being illegal and people getting arrested. Now they're gonna see something different. They're gonna see something. Oh, people are actually walk in there and walk out of there and not get locked up. Not they can go to a building, walk around the corner, 5 cops, cars all around people for one little bag of weed. So it's gonna make the neighborhood change and see, like, yo, guys, you guys could have been one of those up there too, with the legal shop. Y'all got 40 years here on the block, and what of it? So you're gonna open eyes to even the older people from the community, even the young kids that's growing up, like, oh wow, like, you you can actually do this legally. Because all we saw was guys in the corner. All I wanted to do was the big dog in the corner. But now it's something different. Now you're gonna see little kids like, yo, you know what? I want to be able to have a smoke shop, not a smoke shop, a dispensary. I'm gonna be able to have a store that I will be able to sell something legally. I saw my father do it. He couldn't do it. He got arrested. He got deported. He got killed. And they're gonna see something different when you guys open up shop. So, you know, so. I was joking about earlier. I was like, yo, it would be only good if I'll be up there in that first grand opening. Because, you know, to support the cause. Like, yo, I came from around the corner. Like, I saw a whole bunch of dime bags, 20 bags, ounces, pounds, right around the corner. Look, I'm supporting these guys. Like, it's only right. Somebody from the neighborhood, and somebody that they really know. Like, oh, shit, Jeff, cuz, he's really opening over there.
Yeah, man.
Like,
that's a big deal. Yeah.
That's something. It's gonna be so valuable not only to me but to the community. Like, oh shit, look, like Jeffrey really actually, like he was afraid and he was still confused, but look, like something legal.
He made it happen. Yeah.
Something that a lot of people saw. A lot of family got destroyed for a bag of weed, even one single bag of weed. So it's gonna be something great for the neighborhood.
That means a lot coming from you because, like I said, you saw the whole legacy, you saw the neighborhood, and now you're in the legal. So, like, you understand the whole shit more than most, you know, and you know the history up there, and you know what I mean, like all the work that was put in and etc. So, that means a lot coming from.
And then you know, being you guys doing it, it's also great because remember, Dykeman is really 90% Dominicans, but to see like Dominicans, you know, do it themselves. It's also amazing just for the neighborhood itself. And then because, you know, the marina, everybody talks about Dykeman and the marinas, and we're like, oh shit, now we go to Dykeman and they got a dispensary. That's something big. Who's the owners? Also Dominican owners. Oh, what? Oh shit. Like, and then it's gonna take Dominican to another level when it comes to just clubbing and DK illegal drugs. No. The Dominicans are doing it legally too in the industry. So it's gonna be something dope. You know, I'm glad to see that happen. I want to see that happen.
Thank you, my man. Thank you. That means a lot, man. That's your hood, man. So like you said.
Now it's time for the $1 million question, brother. You've been you know, you've been around the block. You've seen everything from legacy to legal, from, you know, West Coast to East Coast. So you got a different interesting culture perspective of this whole game. So we always ask everybody, if you had to describe Happy Monkey in one word, what you know about us, what you know about the movement, what would it be and why?
I say, how you say this word? Trendsetters?
Trendsetters.
Yes.
Trendsetters.
Yes. You know why? Because not only do you guys, y'all not open yet, but everybody knows about Happy Monkey. And so y'all actually, I see y'all future beyond successful. Because y'all not open yet, but look how much y'all doing already for the industry. So y'all deserve it. And so I see y'all. I was before y'all, but somehow I saw you guys before me, because y'all were known before anybody already knew Gotham. Y'all was doing things that nobody was doing. Underground parties, you could smoke weed, you know. Like you just had a big party that I missed in the boat, right?
Oh, that was a while ago. We just posted it. We just posted it.
That was like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's not the.
Oh no, you know what I think it's talking about. We were supposed to do a boat party with that Odalis thing, but they canceled it.
To Brooklyn.
So the pictures where y'all have lately with the white, I think like, damn, I missed the party.
The all white party, that's the Van Gogh. That's the throwbacks. Those are all throwbacks.
Oh, okay, I was confused. I said, damn, I missed the.
Now we was just showing everybody the parties that we've been through and the big things that like gave us accolades.
Big party. So basically, see, y'all see me. I was first, but I was seeing y'all was already first because your name was already out there in the industry already before the industry was something, before even the first license was given out. And even though Smack was there, but I knew you guys before I even knew Smack, and Smack was first. You understand? So that's why I said Trendsetters.
That means a lot coming from you, my brother. Thank you.
Yeah. So
anything else we missing, David? Anybody else? You know, questions, Jordan? We gravy, baby.
Oh, where can we follow
all the places we keep up to you, Gotham, etc. People need to stay in tune.
Gotham, like I said, is a pillar of music. So you know you got G-Man, right there. You got Gotham G-Man apparels, and then you can also follow us through there. We got a boat party. We're gonna collaborate with La Puntana. So we're gonna have cruises that you could actually book right now, 10 to 12 people at a time, and go out in the boat, have something to eat, smoke in the middle of the ocean.
Nice.
You know, hit the shore somewhere, dive in the beach, get back on the boat, come back. You know, come back. To
cannabis
the city.
and boats, baby. Come on,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, so basically, you know, got them buds on Instagram, Facebook, all that. I think we in TikTok too. I gotta double check because I'm not really a TikTok kind of guy. So
They outside. They
you
outside.
know, so yeah,
They
so
outside.
and basically you can find us in 125th across the street from the Apollos.
Aha.
There you go, baby. Harlem, USA. So you already know. Thank you, my brother.
Yeah, this
And
is
that like
good.
a
This is
collaboration
good. This is
between, you know,
This is
got
good.
them buds and Happy Monkey gotta happen. A big party.
It's already happening here.
Uptown,
Yes.
uptown. Well, let's do it.
Y'all already know. To the next episode, keep it real. Don't squeal. Don't steal. And life will hand you a good deal. Peace.
Peace.